The graceful vessel was owned by a Russian billionaire until it was seized in 2022 in U.S. sanctions over Ukraine. Not just anyone's bid will be accepted, though. You need at least $500 million in net worth and be willing to put down a $10 million deposit. Expensive, sure, but it does come with futuristic jetpacks. Michael Toscano, CBS News.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers go for another series sweep tonight against the Braves in Atlanta. The Brewers have won 44 of their last 60 and own the best record in baseball. Manager Pat Murphy.
From a team standpoint, the fact that we're putting it all together, I know the guys feel good about themselves, and they should. And I want them to. And I'm not putting them down in any way. I love this team. I love who they are. But you have to play the game a certain way, and you can't assume that everything's going to go our way going forward.
Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:40 on WTMJ, and Packers linebacker Quay Walker practices for the first time after offseason ankle surgery. He's expected to be available for the season opener September 7th against the Lions.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 3:08.
To ask you about your landscaping. Does it feel dated? Does it feel not like how you want it to feel? Not looking great? I've got the answer. You can take care of it big time with Landworks Wisconsin. Overgrown shrubs, dated flower beds that have lost their spark. Landworks Wisconsin can rejuvenate your yard, take it to the next level. Landworks did the work in our yard. What I love is we have stuff that blooms at all different times. The whole summer has looked absolutely fantastic with new little surprises around every corner. Landworks Wisconsin can breathe new life into your property with a professional garden renovation. It's Landworks Wisconsin. Local company, fantastic results. It's Landworks.
It's one of the hottest topics when it comes to finance and your money. The One Big Beautiful Bill. If you haven't read it, we don't blame you. It's 900 pages with 400 just for tax provisions. Not exactly light reading. You know who has read it? Annex Wealth Management. That's where Instant Insight webinars come in. They're designed to provide clarity for today's hot topics. Get up to speed fast. Check out the full Instant Insight schedule at annexwealth.com/events. Unbiased advice from a fee-only fiduciary. Find out more at annexwealth.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Now broadcasting live inside the Bank 5-9 studios at the Wisconsin State Fair. Here are your hosts, John Mercure and Julia Fellow.
All right, another great day at the Wisconsin State Fair. It's a little muggy today.
I know. And we just saw Alice in Dairyland. We see so many people walking by.
Our friend Sarah Hagenow walking by. Let's go outside. There is a nice crowd out here at our Bank 5-9 studios. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Dale, and I'm from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Let's go.
Oak Creek! What's been the coolest thing, Dale, that you've seen at the fair so far?
So say it again. I'm sorry.
Coolest thing. What's your favorite part of the fair?
The coolest thing, I think, is everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yep,
All right, Dale. Have a great day at the fair.
Thank
Stay
you
safe
so
out
much.
there.
Aw.
Dale is jazzed. Look, there's a lot of people. There's a big crowd. It's going to be a great night. The weather has been spectacular. Let's get to the 3 at 3.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's afternoon news.
The first is the big story in the area, which is the Wisconsin State Fair. John Party with Easton Corbin, the headliners tonight at the Bank 5-9 main stage on the Bank 5-9 amphitheater. It's 2 Hype Crew. That's where you're going to be hanging out, I know, Julia, 8 o'clock.
How busy was the exposition center?
Oh.
I just wanted to take a little picture of John doing his thing.
It was so fun, but there's a lot of people.
Oh, my God.
I think it's because it's muggier today, too, so people are kind of ducking in, looking for a little respite.
Oh, you're right.
Right, from the sun. That is the first thing, the 3 at 3, is that the Wisconsin State Fair is in full game mode right now.
Number 2, a DoorDash driver got her windows smashed by the very person she was trying to deliver food to. It happened after a 2 a.m. order went wrong last month. Her app just lost connection, so she couldn't find the address. She went home. The customer tracked her down through DoorDash support. They gave the number and the phone number and the address of the person. Then showed up at her home, shattered her windows, accusing her of stealing the food and the tip. The damage to the woman's car is $6,000. They still have not found the suspect, John.
Ooh, that's a scary story. The third one involves a former Milwaukee Bucks pregnant wife being attacked by a shark. Oh, my gosh. Yes, a shark. So the former Buck is I had his name here a second ago. Danilo Gallinari. He was on the Bucks for 1 year. He was a role player, didn't play a lot. So Danilo Gallinari, he and his wife, both from Italy. They were vacationing in Puerto Rico. She's pregnant. She said that she was near the shoreline when she thought she got stung by a jellyfish and looked down and she was bleeding. And she had been bitten by a shark. She was taken to a hospital where she said, "My baby and I are fine. I was rescued promptly. The surgery to put my poor bitten leg back in place went well." And she joked that the shark would soon hear from her lawyers. That is the 3 at 3. Traffic and weather up next. Then U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin with us live in the State Fair studio. That's up next on WTMJ.
Streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. It's fairly obvious they were inspired by Hassellus Mattress. Hassellus showrooms are employee-free, plus unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic, plus free next-day delivery, plus 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Maybe we should change our name to Hassellus Plus. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hassellus.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin started with a new invention in 1925 called the roll screen, the ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and they've introduced it to the world. Innovative, game-changing designs have come from Pella ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that will absolutely last 4 years. Going to last for you a very long time. I've got Pella windows and doors in my house. They are absolutely fantastic. Right now, they've got a great deal going on. Order by August 31st. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. 0 interest for 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
The saying goes, no good deed goes unpunished. Well, how about doing a good deed and then getting rewarded for it? Join the WTMJ Street Team with me, Eric Bilstead, outside of the Bank 59 studios at the Wisconsin State Fair, Thursday, August 7th, from 3 until 5. Do a good deed and get yourself a piece of swag. It's that easy. And any good deed will do. Open the door for them. Maybe sing them a song. Your immediate reward for good karma waits for you at the Wisconsin State Fair, outside of the Bank 59 studios, Thursday, August 7th, starting at 3.
Traffic is sponsored by Angela Calais and Benefit Realty. At Benefit Realty, pay only 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission and get all the service that you should. Benefit Realty, you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Traffic and weather. How are we doing out there, Sean?
Yeah, traffic's looking pretty good right now, John. We still have those typical backups from I-94 westbound starting from 16th Street through the Stadium Interchange. That will clear up once you pass Mitchell Boulevard. We're seeing backups on 43 southbound starting at Good Hope Road, and they clear up just after Silver Spring Drive. And if you're heading on I-41 southbound, those backups start from Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol Drive. I'm Sean Brenda, in for Debbie Lasko with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast is going to continue to be muggy tonight. A few clouds, a low of 68. Tomorrow, warm and humid, a high of 85. Friday, hot, humid, 87. Saturday, sunny, hot, humid, a high of 90. And on Sunday, slight chance for rain, a high of 88. That's the only chance for rain they've had the entire run of the State Fair. It's been absolutely great. Welcome to the Wisconsin State Fair. We broadcast live from the Bank 59 studio. So glad that you are here hanging out with us and excited to have our senior U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin with us in the studio.
You just promoted me. I'm just the junior U.S. Senator.
If Ron Johnson's listening, he's not happy.
No,
Senator
exactly.
Tammy Baldwin is with us in the studio. Senator, it's so good to have you here.
It's great to be here. It's great to join you again. This is lovely. It's a wonderful annual tradition.
I have to ask you, because we've had all the candidates for governor in the studio. Bill Berrien's going to be in here coming up a little bit later on, the announced candidates. Do you have any desire in ever thinking about being governor of the state of Wisconsin?
Look, I feel so honored to have been reelected to the United States Senate just a few months ago. And it's a 6-year term, and I am focused on being the voice and the just the voice for the people in Washington, D.C. during kind of tumultuous times. And so I'm very honored and blessed to do what I do, and I'm going to keep on doing it.
So the governor's seat opens next year.
Yes.
So we'll still see Governor Evers here at the fair this time next year.
That's right.
So can you tell us, is there any way that you think in the future that you could become governor of Wisconsin?
You're going to keep on asking. No, listen, I think of myself as somebody who is a legislator, a leader in bringing people from all perspectives together to try to respond to the challenges that we face, sometimes with great success, sometimes a little bit more of an uphill battle. But that's what I want to keep on doing, and I feel very honored to get to play this role.
Tammy Baldwin, Senator Tammy Baldwin, with us in our State Fair studio. So sitting right in that same seat you're sitting in was Tommy Thompson a couple of days ago.
Who you beat.
And you beat him in 2012. I think he surprised a lot of people when he sat there and he said, I have not ruled out running for governor. I think he's 84 years old. He's the only four-term governor. When you think of Tommy Thompson, and I know you know him very well, you had a spirited campaign against him 12 years ago. What are your thoughts on Tommy Thompson?
Well, prior to that spirited campaign together, he was governor when I was in the state legislature. And I remember very fondly a time when there was a lot more bipartisanship, and where we elevated public institutions like our college system and our public education system. We worked together on ideas like healthcare reform. And I would say at this point, and I'm not making any endorsements, I would just say I would look favorably upon leaders who want to bring us back to that time, get rid of the toxicity, the partisanship, and, we might disagree on how we respond to our challenges, but let's at least agree what the challenges are, right? There's not two sets of facts. I don't agree with this term alternative facts. We've departed that, and I would love to see that come back.
A lot of people have said on both sides of the aisle always good things about Tommy Thompson, so that's interesting.
I want to ask you about tariffs. A lot of businesses that we talk to on this show on a regular basis are concerned, even if they maybe could get behind some tariffs, they're concerned about the way that things are being rolled out, and they're concerned about the uncertainty, and they say, get into research and development or long-term planning. What are you hearing from businesses as you tour our state?
Well, I want to start with your premise. There's a right way to go about tariffs, and there's a wrong way to go about tariffs. I'm not one of those people who said no tariffs ever. I think we should use tariffs in a surgical, very targeted way to go after trade cheats. And there are many examples I can give you of China engaging in practices that create an unlevel playing field that disadvantage our workers here in Wisconsin and here in the United States. But this across-the-board tariff situation, and tariffs motivated by personal animus against another world leader, that's not going after trade cheats. We're going after allies and strong trading partners, and it is impacting our farmers. It's impacting our manufacturers. It's impacting our small businesses. I just came from a roundtable with small businesses from across the Milwaukee area, listening to how have these trade wars impacted you.
Yes, what'd they say?
Well, it's the lack of ability to plan. So I had a perfect example, a small business owner here who works with construction contractors. Part of what he does is help install the fencing along the side of the highway when there's highway projects going on. He signed a contract 6 months ago. His fencing is metal. His cost to acquire the metal fencing has gone up 30% or more. And yet he can't change the contract that he made 6 months ago. He's stuck. And he either has to figure out a way to get his customers to ante up a little bit more, but they don't have to do that. They have a contract. Or he's going to have to take out a loan to float his business. And that's just one of so many powerful examples that I hear. You can't plan ahead if you don't know what your cost of inputs or your export markets are going to look like.
Senator Tammy Baldwin with us in our State Fair studio. Have you ever had a one-on-one conversation with President Donald Trump?
Sure.
What are those conversations
I was going to say
like?
not in this second term, but numerous conversations in his first term. You know, I always look for common ground. And one of the things we agree on is Buy America policies, because I think if we, in our public, public projects, especially when we're using taxpayer dollars, that we should source our components from the U.S. We should engage and incent U.S. manufacturing, and that our tax dollars should support U.S. workers. He talked a big game about Buy America, and every opportunity I had when I ran into him, I would say, by the way, remember, we agree strongly on this. How can we work together on this? And we made some headway in his first term, and that only grew in Biden's term when we passed an infrastructure bill. So, I've usually chosen to bring up a topic where there's some agreement, some constructive, something constructive can happen. I've met him a couple times.
The Department of Government Efficiency, I saw with the USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, you wanted to revoke high-level sensitive information from being brought in front of a lot of people that are with DOJ. Controlling tens of billions of dollars in payments and loans to American farmers and ranchers. But we want to make sure that it's going to the right place. So why do you not want DOJ to have access to that?
Yeah, so what's happening is the U.S. Department of Agriculture maintains databases with all sorts of sensitive information. Think about applying for a rural development loan. You're going to give all your personal and sensitive information about your creditworthiness, where you bank, what assets you have, what income you have. Competitors could get to see how are you doing. So that would be one threat. But just Social Security numbers, I mean, this is our private information. And the idea that unelected, people that Elon Musk sort of brought together from the Silicon Valley with an impressive sounding mission, but no accountability or oversight, that frightens me. And they started with securing the Treasury Department's payment database. Think of all the sensitive information. And what if they can also manipulate it? Not just look at it, but change the numbers, change the dates, alter it in some ways. These are deeply disturbing things. And I think in America, we have to be able to assure that our private information is truly private, and that when we give it to the government, that we can trust the government to keep it so.
U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin, it is always good to see you at the State Fair, and I know the people out here are excited to see you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It is 3:24 at WTMJ. We are sponsored by Sweet Talks Med Spa. Your goals are their goals. Let's quickly look at the markets. How did they do today? The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything was in the green. The NASDAQ was up 221. That's 1%. The S&P was up 43. That is 0.75%, and the Dow was up 115 points. That's 0.25%. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference with Annex.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
There's a lot of noise coming out of Washington these days, but one thing retirees in Wisconsin can't afford to ignore is the new Big Beautiful Bill. Sounds harmless, right? But here's the truth. The changes buried in this bill could have a serious impact on your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we've dug into the details, and we want to make sure you know what's really at stake. The Big Beautiful Bill includes sweeping updates to tax brackets, Social Security thresholds, Medicare premiums, and retirement account rules. And for many retirees, it could mean higher taxes on your savings, more limits on deductions, and unexpected changes to your income plan. Maybe you're already retired, or maybe you're just a few years away. Either way, what you don't know could cost you thousands. That's why we're offering Wisconsin residents a free educational guide to help you understand how the new bill may impact retirees and questions to discuss with your trusted financial advisor. Just text the word tax to 414-897-9522. That's tax, T-A-X, to 414-897-9522. You'll get immediate access to expert insights from the team at Drake & Associates, retirement planners who have been serving Wisconsin for over 20 years. We focus on tax-efficient retirement planning, helping you keep more of your money, avoiding surprises, and staying ahead of the curve no matter what Congress throws your way. So before the big beautiful bill takes a bite out of your hard-earned savings, let's make sure your plan is designed to help prepare for uncertainty. Text TAX to 414-897-9522. That's TAX to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping build retirement confidence right here in Wisconsin.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Hey, boaters! We have the go-to marine store. And it's not just because we have all the boat parts and supplies you'll ever need, including oddball parts you thought you'd never be able to find. And it's also because we're cheaper than the other guys, too. So why shop anywhere else? This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey boaters!
This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. When you get here, you might be overwhelmed when you see so much stuff. But don't be, because our staff knows just where to find what you need. They're knowledgeable, friendly, and willing to help so that you can find everything you need to keep your boat in tip-top shape. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
You gotta get to Built Right today. Vince Vetrano here, talking about Built Right's Labor Day mattress sale. On now. The one location saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy. Built Right beats any big box, national or local chain store, department store, online retailer, warehouse club, or employee-free store because they have the guaranteed lowest prices. Built Right also has the best value, selection, and experienced team in Wisconsin. Over 60 models, all on display to try out. 500 mattresses in stock. Choose for the best mattress brands made right here in America: Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. Built Right specializes in hard-to-find, flippable, and two-sided heavy-duty mattresses. Plus, Built Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. What does that mean? It means they have specialized training taking care of people who have Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. Additional daily living assistance for people with cognitive decline. Americans are living longer. That means more people are living with cognitive decline. At Azura, they know how to treat that. Their staff literally has specialized training. They've got multiple locations in southeast Wisconsin. They have one near where you live. Wisconsin-based, family-owned, compassion and empathy. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: a suspect in the Fort Stewart shooting has been identified.
I'm Julia Fellows, seeking restitution for wildfire smoke.
I'm Sean Brunda. In for Dave Velasco. Afternoon rush hour has begun with a couple of backups. 94 southbound backups begin at the Marquette interchange and clear up past the Kinnickinnick River. We're seeing backups on 43 southbound starting at Good Hope Road and clears up just before Hampton Road. 41 northbound sees backups starting from north of Swan Boulevard to Hampton Avenue. And 41 southbound starts from Good Hope Road and backups go all the way to Capitol Drive. I'm Sean Brunda in for Dave Velasco with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Air quality alert extended again until 11 o'clock tonight for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Few clouds tonight, a low of 68. Tomorrow, cloudy, warm, and humid. A slight chance of evening storms tomorrow. Highs 85. Right now, it's 80 degrees here at the State Fair.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, new details on a shooting at an Army base this morning. An Army sergeant reportedly opened fire at Fort Stewart, Georgia, shooting 5 soldiers and prompting a brief lockdown at one of the country's largest Army bases. Base Commander Brigadier General John Lubis says the suspect is Sergeant Cornelius Radford, a 28-year-old active duty soldier with no combat history.
The shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations, but again, he's been interviewed by Army investigators, and we believe we'll gain more information here shortly.
Authorities say Radford used his own handgun, not a military weapon. 3 of the 5 victims had surgery. General Lupus says they're investigating how Radford was able to bring a personal handgun to his work office.
A Wisconsin state representative joins a complaint against Canada over impacts of recent wildfire smoke here in the Midwest.
Calvin Callahan of Tomahawk joins lawmakers from Iowa, Minnesota, and North Dakota seeking an investigation into Canada's wildfire management practices. While not listed in the complaint, Wisconsin U.S. Representative Tom Tiffany tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News his constituents have reported impacts to their quality of life.
There were a number of events that were canceled, and people with especially respiratory problems, this has really been difficult for them.
The recent smoke has led to several Wisconsin cities receiving some of the worst air quality in the world. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Other wildfires are raging across the pond. ABC's Inez de Lucatera has more from France.
At least 1 person killed and 13 others injured as France's biggest wildfire this summer continues to spread rapidly near the Spanish border. About 2,000 firefighters and several water bomber aircrafts have been mobilized, with local officials saying hot, dry, and windy conditions have made it difficult for firefighters to contain the blaze. A number of wildfires this summer have broken out across Europe, which is the world's fastest warming continent. Inez de Lucatera, ABC News, Paris.
Could we see a U.S.-Russia-Ukraine summit in the near future? White House is suggesting it could happen soon. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
The possibility of an extraordinary trilateral summit comes after what the president calls a highly productive meeting in Moscow between Vladimir Putin and Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff. The White House says the Russians told Witkoff Putin would like to meet with Trump. We're told the president said he'd be open to that if Putin agreed to have Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky with them in the room. An aide says if it can all come together, such a meeting could happen as soon as next week.
The Great Farmers Market explosion is hitting Wisconsin.
Just a few decades ago, the Farm Fresh Atlas listed only 13 farmers and 1 market.
The first Farm Fresh Atlas was just a 1-sheet newsprint. We have now over 300 farmers markets happening in Wisconsin every day of the week, every region of our state.
Director Addie Ferber tells WTMJ the trend is still growing as more people eat like a localvore.
Visit your co-ops, visit the farmers markets, find what restaurants in your community are buying from the local farmers.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Game week for the Packers. First preseason game set for a 7 o'clock kick from Lambeau against the Jets. And the first-place Brewers aim for a series sweep and road trip sweep tonight in Atlanta against the Braves. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:40 right here on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 3:35. Couple of words here for my friends at Sit Means Sit Dog Training. They are the best in the business. I started working with Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training. We've had a great experience, even better results. Our dogs are better behaved. As a client, I just know the good work that Sit Means Sit does. The people that come to my house, they also know the good work because my dogs are better behaved. You too can have a happy, confident, obedient dog. Contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training today. Start with a free consultation. We did that. Multiple locations, great results. It's Sit Means Sit Dog Training.
Morgan Freeman comes to Milwaukee Sunday, November 2nd at the Riverside Theater.
Welcome to our symphonic blues experience. A unique combination of classic orchestral sounds blended with the emotion and authenticity of the blues.
Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman brings his symphonic blues experience to the Riverside Theater Sunday, November 2nd. Tickets on sale Friday at pepstheatergroup.com.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
Big legal stories taking place today. We get you caught up to that from our Bank 5-9 studio at the Wisconsin State Fair. ABC's legal analyst Royal Oakes with us this afternoon. Royal, let's start with what's going on with subpoenas involving the Jeffrey Epstein files. Bring us up to speed. What's happening here?
Yeah, so James Comer is the Republican who's heading up the House Oversight Committee, and they want to investigate what the heck's been happening with the Epstein case over the last many years, over 15 years, involving a lot of presidential administrations. So they want to issue subpoenas to Bill and Hillary Clinton and Merrick Garland and just a whole lot of Democrat figures, and the Democrats don't like it, and they want to go to court to try to block it and say it's not legal.
Including depositions from Bill and Hillary Clinton. What do they want to hear from them and James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder?
Yeah, great question. I think what they're doing is saying, Your Honor, eventually they'll say that when there's a court fight, all of the people we have subpoenaed for deposition were involved in one way or the other in the execution of or supervision of the decision-making process regarding Jeffrey Epstein's criminal cases. And we think there's been a cover-up. We don't think we've seen all the documents. And we just want to take, an hour or two of testimony under oath from these dozen or so figures, James Comey, Robert Mueller, et cetera, and get to the bottom of it.
Doesn't that kind of implicate Trump if they want to get Bill Barr and Jeff Sessions?
Yeah, people are pointing out that Donald Trump's name is not on the list of a dozen or so people who are to be deposed. And some people say, well, he was a pal as well. And, of course, we've all seen videos and stills showing Jeffrey Epstein and various people, Clinton and Trump, having a high old time at a disco. But, of course, it doesn't mean anybody was doing anything illegal. And, therefore, the question is going to be, can the House of Representatives prove to a judge when there's a contempt of House hearing in a month or so that, in fact, we really need Bill Clinton to get to the bottom of it. It's not just us being salacious and partisan.
The headline here for a lot of people is, my goodness, Bill and Hillary Clinton might have to sit for a deposition. How likely is that to happen? And do the Clintons and others have any recourse?
I don't think that it is likely to happen because the recourse they have is just to not show up and have their lawyers file papers with a judge and say, Your Honor, please side with us. No reason to bother Bill and Hillary Clinton, at which point the judge will have a hearing, look over the briefs from both sides, and if the Republicans in the House can come up with a legitimate reason, then Clinton would have to testify. But after all these years, is there any much likelihood that there are really good reasons for hauling all of these star-studded members of the Democrat Party elite in for a deposition? It does sort of reek of partisanship.
Also, a big legal story, Royal Oakes, ABC News legal analyst who's on the line with us, is Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Apparently, he's doubled down on his assertion he has the right to file a lawsuit to the Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, trying to get the authority to file an emergency petition for all of those Democrats to come back so then they can get 5 more congressional seats. Do you think that is going to happen? Because apparently the Attorney General doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, it's a big fight, all right. And again, the context, as you say, is redistricting congressional boundaries. And everybody knows we have a census every 10 years, 1980, 90, et cetera. And then you redo your districts after the new census. Well, we're in the middle of the census period, but Governor Abbott thinks he has a legal basis for changing the districts now by legislative act. And in order to get a vote, he has to bring Democrats back in the state so there will be a quorum to make the vote legal. And so now a judge is going to have to decide whether the Democrats may be forced to come back or lose their jobs.
Does the Texas Supreme Court have the ability to do what the governor wants?
That's a great question. You assume that they do, and yet, with separation of powers, is it really the judicial position? I think most folks would say, yeah, it's going to be up to a panel of judges, the Texas Supreme Court, because otherwise it's just one politician yelling at the other politician. And you have to have a referee who's hopefully neutral.
This is deja vu for us because we had something like this happen where our Democrats were escaping to Illinois as well.
Same thing, to avoid a quorum.
Yeah, but they took everything fiscal out of the bill, and then they didn't need a quorum to do everything in Act 10. Anyways, the Democrats, what type of charges could they actually face realistically?
realistically, you could strip them of their office. I just can't imagine a judge entertaining any argument that they should be fined or jailed or anything like that, because this idea of not showing up, leaving the state, it isn't always seen by everybody as a crime. It is seen as a strategic matter. You show up for a vote or you don't. You speak on the floor of the legislative body or you don't, and you leave the state or not. So I think even if a judge ruled against the Democrats and said either you come back or you have lost your job and the Democrats can vote without you, no problem with the quorum, or there could be some minor penalty, but I can't imagine it being very severe.
ABC News legal analyst Royal Oakes. Royal, thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks.
Up next, Tommy Thompson sat in this studio a couple of days ago and said he is not ruling out a run for governor. Bill Berrien has announced he is running for governor. Bill Berrien with us live in the studio here at State Fair, the Bank 5-9 studio. Up next on WTMJ.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey, Otto's Wine and Spirits throughout the Milwaukee area. They're employee-owned. They're multiple locations. They're incredible stores. We have a big family get-together every year. It's in August. It's coming up this weekend. I'm heading to Otto's tomorrow evening to make sure I have all the beer, the seltzers, the spirits. They have all the mixers. They have the best prices. I will be going to Otto's in Menomonee Falls, but there's one in Elm Grove, Brown Deer, Cedarburg. You go past them in the city all the time. It's Otto's Wine and Spirits. Will actually beat any advertised price. It's Otto's.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
It's Gina Della. You've heard me define what makes Pella Windows and Doors different. Let me introduce you to the woman behind the billboards, commercials, and share my extraordinary journey of resilience, reinvention, and shattering glass ceilings every Saturday morning at 6:30 on 620 WTMJ and anywhere you stream podcasts for What's the Difference with Gina Della to discuss business coaching across all industries, featuring successful executives, entrepreneurs, and mentors along the way. This is a story you won't want to miss.
If you missed this,
Jonathan Lavoie, renowned criminal defense attorney, is a partner at Kim and Lavoie, and he is with us.
I think there's a real shot that the judge may allow for some type of bail with very strict conditions.
Or this.
The amount of damage done to the Iran nuclear sites, can you talk about that?
He continues to argue that they were completely destroyed, that they were obliterated.
Catch up on the Wisconsin's Afternoon News podcast at WTMJ.com, presented by Dave Draycamp Heating.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Traffic and then weather. Sean Brinda in for Debbie Lazaga.
Good afternoon, John and Julia. We're starting to see some backups across the Milwaukee area with backups starting on 94 eastbound, starting just after the State Fair Park, going through the same interchange and clearing up once you pass South 35th Street. If you're heading on a 94 southbound, be aware that backups begin starting at the Marquette interchange and clearing up once you pass the Kinnickinnick River. As for going through 894, backups begin southbound on 16th Street, and they go through the, they begin at Beloit Road, go through the Hale interchange, and then clear up once you pass South 84th Street. I'm Sean Brenda, in for Debbie Lasko with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, a few clouds, a low of 68. Tomorrow, warm and humid, a slight chance of evening storms are possible, high of 85. Friday, partly cloudy, hot and humid, a slight chance of storms continues, a high of 87. Saturday, sunny, a high of 90. Sunday, chance of showers and storms, partly cloudy, a high of 88. Right here at the State Fair, it's mostly sunny and 80 degrees.
We are broadcasting live from the Bank 5-9 studio at the Wisconsin State Fair. It's a great day. It's a little warmer today. It feels like summer. It's fantastic. The skies are pretty clear. Coming out, we're here till 5:40. Then Brewers baseball takes over on WTMJ. Bill Berrien has announced that he would like to be governor of Wisconsin. He's running as a Republican for governor in our state. And Bill is with us live in our State Fair studio. Bill, so good to have you here. Thank you so much.
John, thank you for inviting me. Great to be here.
So just a couple of days ago, Tommy Thompson sat in that very chair, and I think he stunned a lot of people when he told us, yeah, I might run for governor. I have not said no. You've known Tommy Thompson for quite a while. Everybody who lives in Wisconsin knows who Tommy is. Your reaction to Tommy Thompson saying, I haven't decided, I could run for governor.
Look, I read Tommy's autobiography. I mean, he is an icon, and I'm following a lot of Tommy's game plan. Going super local. Hanging out. I'm sort of a last at the party type of guy. So but I'm bringing to the race, my vision. A vision of Wisconsin. Being the making this the Wisconsin century, starting this decade, and really excited about it.
What did you think about him saying that? Were you surprised?
He is a legend, but again, just like you when you're raising kids and you say in a running race, just run your race. Don't look at other people. I'm just running my race, and looking forward to the journey.
Do you hope he does not get in?
I do hope he does not get in. Correct.
I mean, there's only so many dollars out there. There's only so many votes out there,
and he'd be super formidable.
Yeah, he would be for sure. I want to ask you also, just at the core, we had you on the last time, and I didn't really ask you, why are you doing this? You're a successful business guy. You've built an empire. You have a family. Why? Why are you doing this?
John, I served those years in the SEAL teams, 9 years. Love that service. I've been running a manufacturing business the last 13. And, I see this opportunity to make Wisconsin, ground zero for the reindustrialization President Trump is driving, and to make this Wisconsin century starting this decade. And so I feel that call to service again. I'm sort of servant leader, by demeanor, and I think we can do great things.
As you are manufacturing machines and everything, so I assume that you're affected by the tariffs. How has that affected your business?
We're actually seeing a uptick in what they call RFQs, requests for quote, which is the first indication that business is potentially moving to us. And I think you got to give these tariffs time because they're part of an effort to reindustrialize the country. And Wisconsin is the best destination for that reindustrialization.
Is it costing you more with the tariffs right now, with the machinery and the metals?
It is costing a little more, yes. I mean, you're seeing some of that come through, and we're trying to absorb what we can.
How many employees do you have at the company?
We have 80.
Okay. Have you been forced to make decisions about staffing levels or anything of that nature as you absorb some of the costs that you don't want to pass on?
No, we've been managing the overtime, but no other real changes.
But in that industry, how much stress is that for you as you're running for governor and you're seeing these tariffs that might be affecting your business?
My leadership style is I'm an aggressive delegator, and I love developing people. And so, my journey, owned it 13 years, is getting the right team in place. So, counting on them and their leadership to be leading the company while I undertake this governor run.
Bill Berrien is with us in our State Fair Bank 5-9 studio. Tell us about your time on the SEAL team. What's the most important lesson that you learned back then that you carry with you today?
So it's funny. Congressman Derek Van Orden was actually in a SEAL platoon down the hall from me at SEAL Team 4. So I have known Derek going back
at the same time.
At the same time,
wow.
Sure, and and he's excited about the race, and the SEAL teams. It's all about setting high standards, developing the team, and then accomplishing the mission, taking care of the people, and that's a leadership that everyone has. And the other dynamic is, you're after the best idea, not where the best idea is coming from. So, maybe certain organizations, it has to come from only the leader. The beauty of the special operations community is you're really looking for that best idea. It could be the most junior guy. It could be the guy you least expect it to come from. And hope to bring some of that leadership style into the governorship. Going around the state, it's amazing the number of ideas that I'm hearing in different county fairs, different gatherings, and it's all going into the mix.
What was the hardest part of training? I know you're incredibly tall, so you may have had an advantage with that, but what was the hardest part where you almost didn't want to go through with it?
Well, that the iconic sort of phase is called Hell Week, where you see all of this attrition. From start to finish of the overall training, you probably lose about 80%. But that Hell Week, and there are two lessons that come out of the Hell Week experience. Number one is make it to the next meal. It's like, don't overthink your full journey, because that's what actually gets people thinking about quitting and all. So make it to the next meal. And then the other is you got to have a mindset of they are going to have to drag my cold, wet, dead body out of this surf zone, because I am not quitting. And I bring a little bit of that to to the governor race.
Van Orden was talking about how cold that ocean was.
Totally.
Is it that bad?
Well,
John, you went in the polar plunge and you were like you were doing dives, swan dives.
I could barely do that. I can't imagine. Are you tougher than Van Orden?
I mean, Derek's a legend. I mean, you can't.
He's not here. Tell us the truth. He's not sitting here.
But what did I hear about a polar bear plunge? I am a huge fan. Do you do that at Bradford Beach?
Julia is very involved in Special Olympics, and they do polar plunges, and she convinced me to do it.
I asked John to do it with me.
It was tough. I can't imagine what you guys do in the SEAL team. I mean, it was pretty
tough.
Brutal.
It's brutal.
I've had fun on the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day one at noon. Climbing right in. And it was really funny. One year, you had those big ice banks where 3,000 people had to slide down this. Well, the fire department only had like 6 ladders coming up, so 3,000 people trying to get up 6 ladders. Getting wet. And it was And
it's a good point that you're making, that you were saying that there, no matter who in the ranks has an idea, that you're going to listen. So, is there anything that you do agree on right now with Governor Evers? Any of his policies?
Look, I mean, the last 6 years sort of feel like they've been, the gears are in reverse. I mean, my vision is we've got to reopen Wisconsin for business. We need to be the most attractive state for businesses to come here, but we also need to help businesses that are already here do a lot better.
But are you going to be a leader to make sure that the Republicans keep an open mind, include them in the caucuses, and not at the last minute when a bill is going through? Are you going to make sure that everybody comes together and comes to the table?
Oh, I think I'm a very, very inclusive leader. I mean, that's sort of my style. You want to have that, constant, sort of communication, bringing folks into the table. But as I think about this race, I think is much about sort of party leadership across the state as I do about the governor. And so how do we have a military-like leadership vision across all 72 counties, down to the precinct level, the care and feeding, the sharing data, technology, and gathering those best ideas. So my vision is, let's not just win the governor race. Let's actually extend the Republican majorities in the legislature.
You're running against Josh Schoemann. Why are you a better choice than Josh Schoemann?
I think we both bring different backgrounds to the race, and I really like my combination of the time in the Navy SEAL teams and that manufacturing business leadership. I think that's compelling, and there's a lot that we can do with it.
State Fair. What is on your list? What's the one thing you have to make sure you eat at the Wisconsin State Fair?
Well, we're going cream puffs after this, and I take Ron Johnson's cream puff method of the.
You're the twister.
I'm the twister. I like it. I tried it the other way at maybe Barron County Fair. Not as pretty. So I've gone back to the twisting. So we're going to do that.
Once you twist it, you never go back.
Right.
Bill Berrien is a Republican running for governor here in our Bank 59 studio at the Wisconsin State Fair. Bill, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
John, thank you. Let's do it again.
Business headlines right now on WTMJ.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Weatherman Rob Haswell is leaving the Real Milwaukee program on Fox 6. Haswell has co-hosted the program since it premiered in 2010. The Triple Tap Room and Kitchen on Milwaukee's east side has closed. The space near the Oriental Theater featured Three Sheeps, Door County Brewing, and Hacienda Beer Company. A mixed-use development could be coming to an industrial site on the northern edge of Milwaukee's Bayview neighborhood. New Land Enterprises is planning 500 apartments and commercial space for the site. I'm Kayla Wynn with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
For over 130 years, the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee has been delighting guests with impeccable service and luxurious accommodations. Celebrate your next special occasion with a stay at this newly renovated Milwaukee icon. Enjoy fine dining at acclaimed restaurants and pamper yourself with a service from the Wells Spa and Salon. Experience the hotel's afternoon tea program or take in live music with the best views of the city from Blue, the 23rd floor cocktail lounge. There's always a reason to celebrate with the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today at thepfisterhotel.com.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Business headlines sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
Unlock big savings and add style and security to your home with high-quality Schlage door locks from Menards. Whether you're looking for a traditional interior lock or a Wi-Fi compatible electronic lock, Menards has you covered. With more than 200 options of Schlage door locks in stock. Save big on all door locks. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. You've got big questions about inflation money and your retirement goals. Join me Tuesday, August 12th. Bring your questions and check out the webinar I'm co-hosting with Annex Wealth Management's Brian Jacobson, the chief economist. It's this Tuesday, August 12th, 9 a.m. It's free, but you need to register. We'll talk about the inflation data just released, what it means for your investments, your 401k, and the economy. I know, I get it. There's a lot of information floating around out there, and you want straight answers for your money. Brian and I will provide you with all you need to know on inflation. Let's be real. Really, Brian's going to provide that to you. I just stand next to him. What's next? Visit WTMJ.com, click the Instant Insight Register Now button, or check out events at AnnexWealth.com. Tuesday, August 12th, 9 a.m. with Brian Jacobson. Register today.
Looking for an e-bike? Shop Wheel and Sprocket and find rows and rows of bikes in a bunch of different styles and colors for you to see, touch, feel, and even test ride.
Visit wheelandsprocket.com for a location near you.
Life is short. Enjoy your ride.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield. That's our sponsor for traffic, holtebeck.com.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield makes vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Learn more at holtebeck.com.
Sorry, Atlanta. We're here for real.
Fly ball, deep right, bye-bye baseball.
The Brewers head south to take on the Braves. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 5:40 on the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 4 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: a soldier is accused of shooting 5 people at an Army base.
I'm Julia Fellow. The State Fair's premier agricultural event tonight.
I'm Sean Bruta in for Debbie Lasco. We have a couple of incidents on the road. I-43 northbound at the ramp from Wisconsin 145 to Fond du Lac Avenue. There is a lane closure due to a crash, so expect some backups, especially on 43 northbound. Those backups are beginning right after West McKinley Avenue and extend all the way up towards Locust Street, so be aware of that. If you're heading on 94 westbound, be aware that backups begin from 16th Street, go through the Stadium Interchange, and clear up once you pass Mitchell Boulevard. If you're heading on 94 eastbound, backups begin once you leave the State Fair Park area. You go through the Stadium Interchange and clear up once you pass South 35th Street. I'm Sean Burnett in for Debbie Lasco with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The air quality alert has been extended until 11 o'clock for all of southeast Wisconsin. Cloudy tonight, a low of 68. Tomorrow, warm and humid, a high of 85. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an Army sergeant accused of shooting 5 soldiers at Fort Stewart in Georgia reportedly brought his personal handgun to the work office. All 5 victims survived the attack, 3 of them needing surgery. Base Commander Brigadier General John Lubis says the suspect was disarmed right away.
Soldiers in the area that witnessed the shooting immediately and without hesitation tackled the soldier, subdued him, that allowed law enforcement to then take him into custody.
The suspect is Sergeant Cornelius Radford, a 28-year-old active duty soldier with no combat history. He's in custody and being questioned.
Health and Human Services is rolling back $500 million worth of funding to develop mRNA vaccines. That was a technology that helped researchers and pharmaceutical companies deliver a COVID-19 vaccine less than a year after the disease became a global pandemic. Studies have also shown that mRNA technology has helped prevent 2 million deaths. It's kept some 18 million people out of the hospital.
The EPA may end a program designed to bring solar energy to low-income communities. CBS's Michael Toscano.
The Environmental Protection Agency's $7 billion Solar for All program is designed to enable 900,000 low-income households spend less with renewable, affordable energy. CBS News learned the Office of Management and Budget reached out to EPA about terminating the program. EPA would only tell CBS News that they're working to ensure congressional intent in the recent budget bill is implemented. One source said several senators, Republicans, and Democrats are asking EPA to keep the program. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
As for the race for governor heats up, what's next for the current governor?
Governor Tony Evers says his decision not to run for a third term comes down to one thing: family.
I just felt that, another 2 years in this term and 6 in another, that would be excessive. It's going to be fun watching this play out, but it was just time, and I've got 9 grandkids.
Evers says he still has a lot of work to do while in office.
And one of them is actually creating a nonpartisan group for making sure that our elections are fine.
The governor says he doesn't plan to endorse anyone in the Democratic primary, at least not yet. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Coming up, the largest sports memorabilia heist in U.S. history.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:04.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax Resolution and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. We have talked with a number of new clients who told us the same story. They had a tax situation and went with one of those national firms with the TV and radio ads. They guarantee they can settle your tax owed for pennies on the dollar. They take a $10,000 fee up front, and then you never hear from them again. We are a local firm and just want to help you resolve your situation so you can get on with your life. Don't let your bank account get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security check get garnished, or a lien put on your house so you can't sell it or get refinanced. The state can even put a hold on your occupational license. Make the right choice and call 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us today. Schedule a free meeting so we can talk and come up with a solution to solve your situation now. It will not go away if you bury your head in the sand. The first meeting is free. Call now, 844-222-1192, or visit rightchoicetax.us.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:06.
The Justice Department has charged a former Miami Heat security guard in what may be the largest sports memorabilia heist in U.S. history. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
It's back-to-back titles for the Heat.
Prosecutors say 62-year-old retired Miami police officer Marcos Thomas Perez repeatedly sneaked into an equipment room at the Heat's arena and stole more than 400 jerseys and other items worth tens of millions of dollars. Investigators say they found most of the memorabilia at Perez's home. He allegedly sold some of it online, including a game-worn LeBron James NBA Finals jersey for $100,000. That jersey later sold at auction for $3.7 million. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers go for another series sweep tonight against the Braves in Atlanta. The Brewers have won 44 of their last 60 on the best record in baseball. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:40 here on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:07.
Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill is fueling our WTMJ team throughout the Wisconsin Fair, and trust us, we're eating good. They've got great stuff at Leff's, located at Grandstand Ave and 2nd Street. It's the place for French onion cheese curds, meatloaf, and mashed bomb pops. The Diet Coke, I'm just saying, is the best Diet Coke on the grounds. It is Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill.
With over 57 years of experience, family-owned Yutka Fence installs high-quality fencing with residential options, including vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and ornamental fences. Committed to craftsmanship and customer service, Yutka Fence doesn't just build fences, they build relationships based on care, trust, precision, and protecting what matters most. Mention you're a WTMJ fan for 10% off your project. Schedule your free estimate today at yutkafence.com or call 262-859-3226.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Now broadcasting live inside the Bank 59 studios at the Wisconsin State Fair. Here are your hosts, John Mercure and Julia Fellow.
All right, here is the question on the table. What do you worry about the most? What do you worry about the most? 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. What do you worry about the most? We're going to go outside and take some thought here, and we want you to text us. Here's a little bit of background as we settle into this. 1 in 10 young Americans schedule worry time. They schedule time where they set aside a block of time and they say, I'm going to sit in my comfortable chair, I'm going to sit in bed, and I'm going to do nothing but worry. And they kind of let it all out. That's 10% of young people say that they do that every single day. In a survey, 47% of respondents, almost half, say they're in a constant state of worry. Almost half respondents say a constant state of worry. Gen Z and millennials, 62% of them say that they worry all the time. And one more stat, as you weigh in here on what you worry about. The average respondent worries for 2 hours and 18 minutes per day.
Wow.
I'm from a family of worriers. My mom's a big worrier all the time. And Michelle tells me all the time, you worry about too much, you worry about too much. It's hard. There's a lot going on. What do you worry about? That's the question on the table. What is it that you find yourself worrying about? Let's go outside. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Colleen Dwyer-Jones. I'm from Oviedo, Florida. Come back every year to enjoy the Wisconsin State Fair.
Excellent. Colleen, are you a worrier?
My whole family is worriers. We're always worrying about each other and worrying about our health.
So what do you think of this concept of you kind of put it all in a box and you sit and you actually take time to worry? Is that something you would consider doing?
I think it would be hard to put it in a box because we all worry all the time.
What's the primary thing, top of the list, the thing that you worry about?
the health of others in the family that are struggling with their health.
I'm so glad you said that. I feel the same way. My husband was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and let me tell you what, be as healthy as you possibly can. Stay out of the doctor's office as much as you can. Obviously get your checkups, but be as healthy as you possibly can be, because it doesn't matter money or whatever, work, whatever.
Yeah,
you cannot
right.
give up your health. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. We appreciate it. What do you find yourself worrying about? Julie, you're right. That's so great of you to share that.
It's 24/7
it's good
too.
advice too.
Yeah, because every few hours he has to take his medication, so he's always thinking about it.
It's always top of mind. You're like seeing it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's present. Couple of texts here from the 414. I worry most about health and money. From the 262, finances and health and the state of the world is what that person worries about the most. So this is when people worried the most, according to the survey. Before they fell asleep was at the top of the list. I think that's a lot of people. You're laying in bed, your mind's running.
Oh, yeah.
So when you fall asleep.
The doom scrolling of your brain.
Yep. When they wake up in the morning is the second. It's kind of sad for some people. You wake up, you shake it off, and you start worrying. When they're getting ready for bed, like during that routine, for some people is when they worry. What do you worry about? 855-616-1620.
From the 414, health and money. Okay, I didn't think that everybody would be saying health like me.
Yeah.
I didn't, honestly.
Or how about the lady out here at the fair, like you, health for her family?
It's true.
So these are the top things, according to the survey, that people do worry about. These are the top. This is the top of the list. Number one, finances. And that's only gotten worse with the tariff situation and the uncertainty. Finances, number one. Their family is number two on the list. Number three, the list of the things I need to take care of. That happens to me sometimes, where I just start going through the list of things, and I'm like, oh my God, did I put that on my list on my phone? Do I need to get up and add that to my phone? Am I going to forget that in the morning if I go to sleep right now? So the list freaks me out.
You love your lists.
I love lists. I love checking them off too, but I'm always worried if I didn't put something on the list. Number four, the fourth biggest worry was health.
Okay.
Fifth was getting enough sleep is a worry, and this is a real problem if the time you worry is when you're trying to go to bed, because then you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go to sleep. I'm not getting enough sleep. Number six on the list is politics, and the seventh most worried about thing is work.
This person says from the 269, I don't know what that area code is, but he says, I don't have time to worry. I've been a pilot for decades. And you just fix each problem, perform, and you sit and you worry and you never get things accomplished. That's true. That's true. Bill Berrien had a good point. Like, just think, next dinner to.
I never heard that put that way, but that was such a great point. You just focus on getting to the next meal.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the next meal.
That's how we got through the Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
All right.
It is 4:13 at WTMJ. A crazy story. Wait until you hear the bio on this alleged drunk driver from Waukesha. That's up next on WTMJ.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Connect Chiropractic going to take care of you, all those aches and pains under control, but also bring back energy. It's what they do. Headaches, backaches, shoulders. At Connect, they do all of it in a nuanced, full wellness way. I go to Connect every week because I know they take care of me. I've felt better the last year than I literally ever have because of Connect Chiropractic. Locations in Delafield and Tosa and now in Oak Creek. Connect with Connect.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You've heard about Tri-County Contracting and their worry-free roof tune-up. You've heard about their instant roof quote. But don't forget, Tri-County Contracting also handles windows. Our project at my home moving right along right now, and the process has been so easy and thorough. It's nice when you can trust the team you're working with and know that they are looking out for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and also windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
The very front of the Brewers front office is on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I think it's something sort of our brand of baseball. You know, we're going to play you tough and play hard night in and night out, and we're here and we're going to fight you all 9 innings.
Brewers GM and Senior Vice President Matt Arnold is our Brewers 360 guest every Thursday morning at 8:45.
How soon do I start asking you about trades and stuff, Matt?
My phone's always on, so no.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
And then weather. Debbie Lazaga out. Sean Brinda.
Hey, we got a bit of a backup here on 894 southbound. We got a crash in one of the lanes, which is resulting in a big backup starting all the way at the Zoo interchange and only clearing up once you pass West Cold Spring Road. So be aware of that. If you're heading on 94 eastbound, be aware that there is an incident on I-94 east at 68th and 70th Street. The left shoulder is blocked to a disabled vehicle. Those backups go all the way into the Stadium interchange and clear up once you pass South 35th Street. If you're heading on 41 northbound, be aware that backups begin once you pass West Watertown Plank Road and they go all the way up past Good Hope Road. I'm Sean Brinda in for Debbie Lasko with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, low of 68. Tomorrow, warm and humid, a high of 85. Friday, hot and humid, a high of 87. Saturday, sunny, a high of 90 degrees. And on Sunday, chance for a little bit of rain, a high of 88 degrees. Don't go anywhere. Coming up in 4 minutes. This is going to be fun. The Wisconsin Pork Association is with us in the studio. It smells so good in here.
And John's favorite food.
My favorite food from the entire fair. I'll tell you what that is. First, wanted to share this story with you just because I thought it was so bizarre that we needed to discuss it. A 17-year-old Waukesha teen is accused of driving drunk, hitting a woman who was walking her dog, and then speeding away. So police say this is what happened. They say Vaden Vargas is 17 years old, and on a learner's permit, he doesn't even have a license. And he was driving a Camaro, and he goes up on the sidewalk. The estimates are he was going 100 miles an hour in a residential area. And he lost control of the car, went up on the sidewalk, smashed into a woman. She went flying, police say, 15 feet.
Oh.
She lands, and he gets out of the car and offers her money. Please don't call the police. Please let me just give you some cash for your injuries. I'm going to be in big trouble. She's stunned. She's laying in the road like, dude, you just hit me with your car. And he then takes off. Eventually, they find him. Vargas has a passenger in the car, and she says, oh, yeah, the two of us have been drinking all day. So he doesn't have a license, and he's underage, and he's driving 100 miles an hour through Waukesha streets. Police say he was clearly intoxicated, only had a learner's permit.
Wow, he looks so young, John.
I know. He is. And his blood alcohol level was twice the legal level. One more little nugget. So they get him in the squad car, and he goes, wow, I hit that woman? And they said, yeah, you're going to be charged with recklessly driving and OWI. And he says, damn, I should have hit that B word harder.
What?
Then maybe a reckless driving. I broke a effing bone. I guess it is reckless driving. Talking about the woman that he just hit. He said, the victim's fine. I even offered to pay her bills. What do you want from me?
Dude, don't talk.
Jail. That's what we want from you.
Stop talking and don't drive.
Yeah. You're right. He looks like a baby. Okay, so.
Punk.
Good luck. Yeah. All right, this is going to be fun. We go inside the Wisconsin Products Pavilion, and we are talking to the Wisconsin Pork Association. They're actually right adjacent to the building. It's my favorite place at the fair. I know I shouldn't say that, but it is. We talk pork up next on WTMJ. Sweet Talks Med Spa. They're our sponsor. Self-love starts at Sweet Talks.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
Landworks Wisconsin will take your yard. They'll absolutely transform it. If you run a business, they do business landscaping as well. If you're looking at your yard and thinking about what could be, don't do it anymore. Instead, take those old flowers, take those old beds, renovate them. Get them up to speed. Take big care of them. How about a beautiful stone patio that flows into a widening garden path? They did our landscaping last year. Last year it was all brand new, so it was kind of sleep. This year it's kind of creep. It's already starting to leap. That's how they describe it. It's Landworks Wisconsin. Start your transformation today at landworkswisconsin.com.
Bank 5-9 has a mission to make lives better. They make it a priority to give back to their customers, communities, and their employees. In fact, Bank 5-9 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 16 years in a row. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. Equal Opportunity Employer, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus.
I believe in aliens, ghosts, and UFOs, but I don't believe you.
Huh?
I'm convinced the Earth is flat and the moon landing was faked.
Okay.
But when you say Hassellus Mattress don't have no employees, well, that's just crazy talk.
It's true. Hassellus Mattress showrooms are employee-free. Give our mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy.
Okay, sure. You probably think birds are real, too.
All I know is that our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Free next-day delivery, too.
Do these mattresses come from Area 51?
We're talking big names like Sealy Posturepedic and Beautyrest.
And who's supporting your operation? The Illuminati?
If you need support, through Monday, get a free adjustable base with any new mattress.
That's what the lizard people told you to say.
Save on Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more. And get a free adjustable base through Monday at Hassellus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hassellus.com.
Who's up for some fun? Visit Food and Farm Exploration Center in charming Plover, Wisconsin. Whether you're 2 or 90, an adventure awaits you. There are exhibits, events, outdoor activities, cooking classes, and a cafe with amazing food and a selection of adult beverages. For those of you no longer into juice boxes. Did we mention we have the world's largest potato masher? Everybody has fun. Everybody learns something. For tickets, just show up or visit us online at explorefoodandfarm.org.
All right, let's head out to the Wisconsin Products Pavilion right outside of it. I love this trailer. I love the smell. It's the Wisconsin Pork Association. Pork proud here in Wisconsin, and we're excited because Morgan Warwick is with us in the studio. Morgan, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, Julia, you ate that whole... How was the butterfly sandwich that you've had so far?
So good. The bun is amazing, and I didn't even need anything. I just had it
you don't
plain.
need barbecue sauce or...
No, I'm
Morgan,
shocked.
tell us about how big a seller is this? It's a butterflied.
Yep. So our
pork
butterfly
sandwich.
pork chop sandwich is our best seller. And what it is, it's basically just a pork chop that's cut in half, butterflied open, and then we season it with our own special seasoning. And that's one of our most popular sandwiches at the fair there.
Okay, that's my very favorite thing at the fair. Out of everything at the entire fair, I've already had 3 of them.
That's
Whoa.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right,
Yeah.
what are you about to buy? What is John biting into
tell me about
right now?
this.
So that is our pork burger. And what it is, it's ground pork. And again, that's got our own seasoning in it. And I think this is one that surprises people because...
My God, this is good.
Is it
I
like
thought
a
it was gonna
flavor?
be like a
breakfast
sausage pet.
sausage?
That's what I thought, but it's
Yep,
not.
I think a lot of people think that, and it's starting to pick up popularity the last few years. So, super flavorful, as you can probably tell. There's a lot of character to it, and so yeah, just something simple, but has a lot of taste to it. Which
What does
I
it
think,
taste like?
I'm trying to describe the spices.
Oh.
It tastes kind of like the pork chop, but it's more seasoned.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
What are the spices in there? Do you know?
It's a combo spice, so there's several mixed together, and that is
Good.
kind of a secret recipe that is kind of exclusive to
Yeah, there's
to
a
pork.
little seasoning on this one. It's really nice. You get to get the pork
We
flavor.
do, if you like the seasoning, we do sell bottles of it. So if
Ooh.
anybody is interested, you
Ooh,
can get your
good
hands
idea.
on some bottles of that at the pork shop.
So, Morgan, you have a farm in Mineral Point, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me about your farm. How many pigs do you have?
Yep, so we have 2,500 head of pigs, and we our family raises them from like 50 pounds up until breeding age. So yeah, me and my husband, and we have 2 little boys, so that's what we do, as well as our full-time jobs too, and we have lots of family help as well.
What's the easiest part and hardest part?
Easiest part is getting up to do chores because I enjoy working with pigs. I think it's a lot of fun, and getting to do it with my kids who are quickly learning. It's 2 and 3 years old, so they're figuring it out.
Wow.
Hardest part is it's a hard one. It depends on the day,
Personalities?
right? Yeah, sometimes they can be very stubborn, but sometimes you also have that bond, and so just switching groups and everything and getting the barn ready for the next group is very labor intensive. But
Do you have a favorite pig?
my boys have one named Daisy that they just love, and they somehow find a Daisy in every single group.
Oh,
so
that's so
it's
fun.
Yeah.
Baby pigs are the cutest.
They
My
are.
favorite.
Yeah.
So cute.
How big's the pork industry in Wisconsin?
So Wisconsin ranks 17th in the nation.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we're steadily growing, and so we used to have a large feeder pig market. Now it's a lot more of a genetics. But the cool thing about Wisconsin's pork industry is we're very diverse. So we have anywhere from small backyard farms all the way to larger commercial operations, and so very large, different types of farms, which is really cool. And we just have a really strong network of farmers that are involved in the association and that support the industry here, which you don't always get that variety in other states. So that's something we're really proud of here.
2,500 pigs. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That is seriously a lot. Check this out. It's the Wisconsin Pork Association, right adjacent to the Wisconsin Products Pavilion. You can't miss it. It's fantastic. It's great. It's fast. They get you your food really quick. Lots of barbecue sauce choices. It is great. Thank you so much, Morgan Warwick. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
It's my favorite. I told you I was going to get them in here.
I can't believe it.
Thank
So good.
you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We appreciate you guys.
It is 4:27 at WTMJ. Let's check the markets really quick. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything up. The NASDAQ was up 221 today. The Dow was up 115. The S&P was up 43 points. Annex Wealth Management Financial Planning at every level. Know the difference with Annex. Welcome to our Everyday Health feature, sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Your blood vessels play a key role in keeping you healthy, also known as your vascular health. Unfortunately, problems with these vessels affect millions of Americans every year across all age groups. Here to tell us more about the importance of vascular health is Momodou Jama, a Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin vascular surgeon. Doctor, thank you so much for being here with us.
You're welcome.
Can you tell us about how vascular health impacts the entire body?
Your vascular system, the network of arteries, veins, and capillaries in your body, is essentially your transportation system for moving blood around your body. When these vessels are healthy, they efficiently deliver oxygen, nutrients, and immune cells to every organ and tissue. However, when vascular health is poor, it can affect nearly every part of your body.
And it does affect every part of your body. What are some common vascular diseases?
The most common vascular diseases include peripheral artery disease, which is the narrowing of the arteries due to plaque buildup, which can make it hard for blood to flow to the legs and feet. This often results in pain as well as difficulty with wound healing. Next is carotid artery stenosis, where plaque buildup inside the carotid artery and can break off and cause a stroke. An aortic aneurysm, which is a dangerous bulging of the body's main artery in the chest and abdomen that can burst if not treated. And finally, varicose veins, which are swollen and twisted veins, the ones you often see under the skin. When blood can't flow properly to your legs, brain, heart, or other organs, it can affect your entire body. That's why treating vascular disease in a timely fashion is important for your overall health.
Why should someone choose the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin for their vascular services?
We have a team of specialists dedicated to treating vascular diseases, including vascular medicine specialists, vascular and cardiac surgeons, as well as interventional radiologists that provide care in eastern Wisconsin.
Dr. Gemma, thank you for being with us today. For more information on vascular health, check out Froedtert.com/vascular.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: an Army sergeant accused of opening fire on his co-workers.
I'm Julia Fellow. New numbers on wildfire deaths.
I'm Sean Brenda. In for Debbie Lasko, we got a couple of backups all across the Milwaukee area. If you are heading on 894 southbound, be aware that backups do begin at the Zoo interchange and go southbound because of a crash due to a crash on the left lane near 0.7 miles beyond the ramp from Beloit Road on 894 south. So be aware of that. That clears up once you pass West Cold Spring Road. And then if you're heading on 94 eastbound, those backups start at the Zoo interchange as well. Go through the Stadium interchange and only clear up once you pass South 35th Street. If you're heading on 94 southbound, be aware that backups begin at the Marquette interchange and clear up once you pass the Kinnickinnick River. I'm Sean Brenda, in for Debbie Lasko with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The air quality alert has been extended until 11 o'clock tonight for all of southeast Wisconsin. A few clouds tonight, a low of 68. Tomorrow, warm and humid, a slight chance of evening showers, and storms, a high of 85. Right now, it's 80 degrees here at the State Fair.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, soldiers were wounded when an active duty sergeant opened fire on his co-workers. It happened at Fort Stewart in Georgia just before 11 a.m. CBS News correspondent Matt Piper.
In all, 5 soldiers were shot. All are in stable condition and expected to survive, though 2 were taken to a hospital in Savannah about 40 miles away.
We have identified the alleged shooter as Sergeant Cornelius Radford, an automated logistics sergeant assigned to 2nd Brigade Combat Team.
Brigadier General John Lubis.
The shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations, but again, he's been interviewed by Army investigators.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
A lockdown on the post was lifted at 2 p.m.
A new study suggests the death toll from January's wildfires in Los Angeles was much higher than first thought. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
The official number is 31. 19 people died in the Eaton fire and 12 died in the Palisades. But new research in the medical journal JAMA estimates another 440 deaths could be attributed to the fires. The poor air quality may have exacerbated heart or lung conditions. Others may have died because they needed health care during the fires but couldn't access it. The study's authors are calling for improved tracking of wildfire-related deaths and suggest future research should look into the longer-term impacts of wildfires. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Identifying the teen who accidentally drowned in Racine.
The family says 15-year-old Shaylani Williams died last Friday. Rescue crews pulled her from Lake Michigan at Cary Hogle Park near 16th Street and Wisconsin Avenue in Racine. She was pulled from the lake around 20 feet from the shore, where authorities say the lake conditions were very poor with high winds and 3-foot waves. Williams will be laid to rest this Friday. Nicer Spencer, WTMJ News.
A teen was hurt in a drive-by shooting on the northwest side of Milwaukee. Police responded just before 11 o'clock this morning near 56 and Melvina. The shooter filed from a vehicle, hitting a 17-year-old. The teen was rushed to the hospital and was hurt. No suspects in custody.
A big day for the young exhibitors at the Wisconsin State Fair, the Governor's Blue Ribbon Livestock Auction. The auction's a premier agricultural event of the fair. Executive Director and CEO Sherry Black tells Wisconsin's Morning News.
You work really hard to make sure that your animal is being fed the best grains possible to create the best meat. Then you're learning that business aspect because you have to go out and try and solicit buyers to bring them in to purchase your animals. So it's a really great learning experience for all of the youth exhibitors that are involved.
$40,000 in scholarships will be awarded as well for youth leadership at the auction, which starts at 6:30 tonight.
Lots of preparations for livestock before judging. Sierra Waltenberg of Portage County tells WTMJ what she needs to do. She needs to clean all 15 of her pigeons and waterfowl before the judging begins.
We take 3 tubs, one with Dawn dish soap and some bluing serum,
so for the whitebirds, and then one for rinsing, and then one for apple cider vinegar to make sure that their feathers come in and their oils replenish easily.
The birds are judged on their plumage, cleanliness, body features, and how well they behave on stage.
A construction project will impact travel on Milwaukee's south side. The American Transmission Company will replace a power line under South 43rd Street, which will impact traffic and parking from Howard Avenue north to Jackson Park. Corporate Affairs Manager Axel Owen.
There is going to be some traffic impacts. That's generally what's going to happen because we're going to have to go underground with this wire rather than the normal overhead wires that people are used to. But the other good part is we're going to work with the community to make sure that they're aware of what the impacts are going to be.
The project will begin later this month and is expected to continue through 2027.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Game week for the Packers. First preseason game is set for 7 o'clock kick from Lambeau against the New York Jets. And the first-place Brewers aim for a series sweep and road trip tonight in Atlanta against the Braves. They are 4 games ahead of the Cubs to stay in first place in NL Central. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:40 right here on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:35. Let me tell you a little bit about Guthrie and Fry. Used to have a competitor, but I couldn't count on them. They didn't want to bring the salt to the basement. Never knew when they were going to show up. At Guthrie and Fry, you can count on them day in, day out. I've got their water softener. I've got their reverse osmosis system. They've got a great staff, great team. The owner's Robin Sue. That's how they take care of people. You can tell they take care of their staff, and then their staff takes great care of you. They know that better water makes a big difference at Guthrie and Fry. Friendly, convenient, budget-conscious water conditioning systems. They do well service, too. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice. My choice at home is Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 12th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in August 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Travel Wisconsin on Wisconsin's Afternoon News is sponsored by TravelWisconsin.com.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake, tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Caladora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen, explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
You're simply the best.
Yes, we had the chance earlier today, Julia and I, to talk to the travel secretary. Here, let's play this for you. This is Ann Sanders here on the fairgrounds.
At the Wisconsin State Fair. She is the amazing Ann Sayers. Ann, thank you so much for being with us.
I'm so excited to be here today with you.
I think a lot of people don't have this on their list, but they should. It's all the cool, thrilly kind of things you can do in our state, and we really do this right in Wisconsin, don't we?
We are turning it up to 11 this summer. All kinds of thrills for you to take part in this summer in Wisconsin.
I love it.
And there's some wild water-based adventures in. Yeah, okay, so this is wild. You can navigate the Whitewater Rapids of northern Wisconsin, and you can go with a guide, Shotgun Eddie. He's a premier whitewater rafting outfitter offering guided excursions on the Wolf River in Menominee County. Thrill seekers should book the Otter Slide Smoky Falls trip as 6 hours, and you're going to have fun paddling through Class 3 and 4 rapids. Another option further north is Kozer's Whitewater Rafting in Marinette. The family-owned and operated outfitter has been in business for 50 years now, and you can challenge yourself on the Menominee River excursion where you'll conquer a legendary, get this, 10-foot drop.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I don't know if I would do it.
Yeah, I'm not that brave.
I guess if you're there, you are doing it. There's no choice. But you're at Piers Gorge. And whitewater paddlers can find fun in Wausau, too, at Whitewater Park, just blocks from downtown. Paddlers of all ages can navigate this thrilling, but it is still approachable course. It's 12 designed whitewater features. I've done that. It's very fun. All right. And finally, you can let gravity do the work for you at the Rise of Icarus in the Wisconsin Dells. This is on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park opened America's tallest water slide last summer. You'll slide and swirl 145 feet down the Rise of Icarus.
You have to be brave to do all these things.
Really brave.
Yeah, exhilarating experiences. We've got a couple options here too, Ann.
All right, so you can make some legendary memories at Wisconsin's legendary racetrack. That's Road America. They're marking their 70th anniversary this year, and they offer visitors several ways you can get behind the wheel. So you could sign up for one of their track days to cruise the course in your own car, or visit for a public karting day, and you can hit speeds of 40 miles per hour in a go-kart. I know.
That's a lot.
And then if you want to practice and get ready, you can head to Beloit for lifelike racing simulators at Henry Doorbaker's. These advanced simulators are suspended on hydraulic systems, so you're going to feel every bump in the road and every turn in the course, and you can even set it to Road America so you can actually practice it exactly virtually.
Love that.
And then I like this one too. If you'd rather just stick to the sidelines, you can cheer on the pros at the Crandon International Raceway. Travel up to Forest County on Labor Day weekend for the annual Crandon World Championships. You'll be surrounded by the picturesque scenes of the Northwoods and the roar of race cars hitting speeds of up to 100 miles an hour on a dirt track. I know.
That is cruising.
Yeah, and you have more fresh air thrills to share.
Okay, so now we're really getting down to it. Because you can let loose and leave the ground completely by going to visit Jefferson for 10,000 vertical feet of thrills through Wisconsin Skydiving Center. Less than an hour from Milwaukee, first-timers will jump with the help of a skilled skydiving instructor. You'll have ear-to-ear smiles as you free fall 120 miles an hour. So that's one option. Another one, I've done this one, it's so fun. You can soar through the forest canopy outside of Minocqua at Northwood Zipline Adventure Tours. Here you can choose from 4 amazing tour options. For the best value, just go with the full adventure tour. You'll glide down 13 different zip lines that include 2 that go over lakes and navigate past 14 aerial obstacles and cross 4 suspended bridges.
Wow.
Then maybe you're in the mood for a little sightseeing rather than bone shaking, then visit Oshkosh for a private plane ride at Pioneer Airport. This is next to the EAA Aviation Museum. You can feel the wind in your face as you soar in an open cockpit biplane. Kids may even be able to get the plane ride for free. And, you know, I've done that one too, and it is awesome.
That sounds super cool. We're at the Wisconsin State Fair. When people ask you, Ann, what makes the fair so special, what do you tell them makes our fair such a great deal?
You know, I think it's the way everybody just feels so at home. I've been here all day just watching people choose their own adventure and find their own smiles and be with their crew. And you can tell that everyone here helping to support the fair is just so interested in making sure they get that memory, get their fair memory. It's the hospitality, I guess.
I love that. Julia loves the fried pickles. I love the pork chop sandwich. What's on the Ann Sayers list of food that you have to have when you come to the fair?
Well, you know I'm going to say cream puff, but I already had my cream puff today, and it was everything I hoped it would be. Might be room for another. We'll see.
There's always room for another. Ann Sayers is Wisconsin's travel secretary. Ann, it's always good to see you. Thank you so much.
It's great to see you both.
Oh, I love Ann. Talking to her here at the fairgrounds, she was in her element.
Oh, I know. And she was going right into the cream puff pavilion.
Yep, it was so good. All right, Dale Koinga, the guy in charge of MMAC, came bearing gifts. Do we sound like we have a little pep in our step? It's because Dale brought some really cool stuff. He's with us live in the State Fair studio. Up next on WTMJ. Annex Wealth Management has a cool webinar coming up. If you've got questions about inflation, money, or retirement goals, join me on Tuesday, August 12th. Bring your questions. Check out the webinar I'll co-host with Annex Wealth Management's Brian Jacobson, the chief economist. It's Tuesday, August 12th at 9 o'clock. Talk about inflation data. Just released, what that means for your investments, your 401k, and the economy. I know there's so much information flying around. You want straight answers on your money. Brian and I will provide you with all you need to know on inflation, what to look for next. Visit WTMJ.com, click the Instant Insight Register Now button, or check out events at AnnexWealth.com.
Being present and in the moment for family activities was impossible because Will Burt was so focused on the constant pain in his leg.
My wife likes to take walks. I always kind of dreaded going on walks because they hurt. The boys both play baseball. I coach their teams. I was going to do them and be in pain and be uncomfortable and kind of sacrifice my own health.
An old Achilles injury left Will coping with agonizing pain until he discovered the natural biologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No surgery or steroids. The procedure took place in the office, and Will walked right out.
I feel great. There's no pain. There's no tenderness.
Patients like Will are feeling amazing and living their best lives.
Ironically, just got off the golf course today, so I think that's a good telltale sign that the Achilles is feeling better.
Don't be in pain another day. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Summer in Milwaukee is non-stop.
Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season.
From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment.
Music, flavor,
culture. Whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit, experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/fest.
Come on into Tyson's, more for you.
Hey, Ripon, big news. Tyson's is opening this fall. From home, farm, auto, and pet to tools, home improvement, and more, you'll find trusted brands and everyday value all in one place. At Tyson's, putting customers first isn't just something we say, it's how we work. Our team is here to help with care, attention, and the kind of service that truly stands out. Check us out at Tysons.com. That's THEISENS.com.
Traffic and then weather. Debbie Lazaga out. Sean Brinda, how are the roads?
We still have a couple of incidents on the road. I-41, 894 south, 0.7 miles beyond the ramp from Beloit Road. The left lane is blocked due to a crash. And that's causing backups all the way to the Zoo interchange. It only clears up once you pass West Cold Spring Road. Then if you're heading on 94 eastbound, those backups start at the Zoo interchange as well. They go past the State Fair Park and into the Stadium interchange. They only clear up past south of 35th Street. If you're heading on the south of 94, be aware that backups begin at the Marquette interchange and clear up once you pass the Kinnickinnick River. When you're heading on 43 northbound, be aware that backups do begin at West State Street because of an incident right outside of West Walnut Street, I-43 north at the ramp from Wisconsin, Route 145 and Fond du Lac Avenue. There is a crash on the left lane, so it will be hard to pass that. Other than that, roads are starting to clear up a bit. I'm Sean Brinda in for Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. A few clouds tonight, a low of 68. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid. A slight chance of evening storms tomorrow, a high of 85. Hot and humid. More storm chances Friday, a high of 87. Hot and humid Saturday, a high of 90 degrees. Showers and storms continue Sunday, a high of 88. Right now here at the State Fair, it is 80 degrees.
Presented by Horicon Bank, it's time for the Milwaukee Economy Briefing, where we dive into the latest trends and insights shaping our city's business landscape. Alongside MMAC President and CEO Dale Koinga, here are your hosts, John McCure and Julia Fellow.
Dale was with us in the Bank 5-9 studio at the Wisconsin State Fair, and he came bearing gifts.
Aww.
Dale, what did you bring us? This is delicious.
There's State Fair, and there's the OG of State Fair, which is Saz's. So you guys are like, you're going to join us in the studio. It's going to be hard to get. Of course I'm going to join you in the studio because we've talked over and over about how you can't replicate physical presence.
You're right.
And then you guys are in this it's not a cell, but it's a closed room with windows.
It's like a fishbowl.
Like animals in a cage.
Yes.
Most animals in Milwaukee Zoo have more room than you guys, and you're kind of being stared at.
Look at these people are looking at you. It's Dale Koinga right here.
So I thought you fine mammals had to be fed with some Saz's. So there you go.
I like the way you think.
It's so good.
Are you a State Fair family? Have you guys always come to the State Fair?
We do it every year. Yeah, we love it. I married the farmer's daughter. So we obviously just the animals, the kids do the rides to get older. That's a money breaker, but it's just funny, like just watching the people, go to Wisconsin people, watching all the Illinois people there's more Illinois people that come up for our State Fair than go to the Illinois State Fair.
Yeah.
We're just the magnet.
Yeah.
It's just Wisconsin. I mean, everything about it. I mean, even like little stuff for our daughter's volleyball. They actually practice here on State Fair Parks around the year. And so they asked for volunteers last year. We did the Teeny Bop concert. I volunteered to be an usher.
That was last night, by the way.
Yeah, was it last night? This year we got out of it, but we also enjoyed it. And it's just like the little stuff is you don't always have to be at the top of a big ride or having the best food in your mouth. It's just being present and being with good Wisconsin people and just whole, clean fun. And this place is so well led, and it's just a great state fair.
What kind of farm did your wife grow up on?
Jennifer grew up in southern Illinois on a farm with mostly cattle and cattle. It was like a third kind of hunting, recreational land, a third for cattle, and a third for like cash crops.
Wow.
Yeah, corn. So this city boy married the farmer's daughter. So our kids know the whole cycle of, when we splurge, we go to Aldi's for chicken because we get all the beef we can from Grandpa.
Do you really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very generous and very good to us. And it's
Do you have like a freezer full of really good meat?
We have a deep freeze that you could actually fit a coin in. That's a big freezer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
All right, let's get to your list here. Harley. It names Top Golf as the new CEO.
I can't wait for Artie Stars to get to Milwaukee. I think he's the type of CEO that's going to engage the community. And I would argue that there's no brand that is tied to a city as much as Harley Davidson's brand is tied to Milwaukee. And I would really encourage Artie Stars to lean into that. Looking forward to meeting him. But he was very successful at Top Golf. For those that don't remember, golf was kind of a fading sport a little bit. And he's part of the story, not the story. But Top Golf has taken off. Before that, he was at Pizza Hut. So he is a leader who understands brands, how to resurrect brands. Harley's about 15% year-over-year decline in sales, older demographic. What's also really interesting, I don't think a lot of people get rid of their Harleys. So when you sell a Harley, they're on the market, and there's less and less buyers because demographics. So it's sometimes like your strength is your weakness. Your strength is a Harley never goes bad. Your weakness is there's less replacements. So
okay, because I was trying to figure out the last CEO was really big into shoes, and there's big merchandise that Harley has. So so he'll be resurrecting Harley. Okay,
I'm optimistic. I really think Harley's a great company, and leaders like this who've demonstrated success. I'm very bullish on Artie Stars and Harley.
I'm really interested in this topic. I know education is really important to you, reading and writing and our schools and all of that stuff. There's information about digital reading versus long-form reading. So reading on your phone, scrolling as you read versus reading a book or reading a magazine, sitting in a comfortable chair. What do we know about digital reading versus long-form changing literacy, digital reading and literacy?
Yeah, so I'm going to get very, very serious here, and this is why I really appreciate you giving me the time on your show, because I feel as if the opportunity to talk about stuff like this will change people's lives. And what I'm talking about is, as a parent of 4, and why is the president of MAC talking about this? Because this is actually a long-term workforce issue. The reality is these smartphones and these screens are changing our children's brains. And I was talking to my kids about this yesterday because they didn't get it at first. I said, in America, obesity is more tied with being poor than it is being upper middle class or wealthy. And they're like, how does that work? I said, well, families that are middle class or wealthy can buy fresh fruit, they buy fresh vegetables, they have access. And families that are poor, it's actually cheaper and quicker to just go to Taco Bell or buy Ho-Hos. I mean, so it's a weird dichotomy. Like, I thought So the same thing is happening with digital technology. Is you would think, well, a wealthy family has screens everywhere, and you can have all the phone you want. You don't have a limit on your data plan. Like you do what you want. The reality is that lower middle class and poor kids in America are getting a lot more screen time, and what that's doing is rewiring their brain, and it's rewiring their brain where they can't focus. It's hard for them to make eye contact in conversations. There's studies that prove this. So I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'll just end it with this. If you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, please, please, please lean into good parenting on your kids' phones. Those kids should not have those phones in bed with them at night. Those kids should have time limits. You should know what those apps are doing and what they're selling and who's behind those apps. So this is an MMEC president plea as far as future workforce, but it's also as someone who's a father of 4 who cares about our community. Please also be a mindful parent and monitor those phones and your kids' eyes on those phones.
Oh, wow.
And it's the example you set, Dale. I mean, I grew up in a family where both my parents read a lot, like for fun. My mom would sit and read all the time. And so we grew up reading and we read to our kids. And I don't look at it as a chore. I love to read. I love nothing better than when you can turn everything off and I have an hour where I can read that World War II historical fiction that I'm reading, or, you know, read the Aaron Rodgers biography or whatever. How important is it that parents emulate what they want their kids to do, especially at a young age?
Well, we are brothers from a different mother because I'm the same. Like, I just love to read. And it is of utmost importance. Only 50% of Americans have read a book in the last year.
Wow.
And if you look at, it is a great article in the New York Times, is saying, you know what's attractive? Is attractive as a man reading a book, a physical book. And for all those boys out there that are maybe just driven by testosterone right now, and like, I'm telling you, just read a book. And it's just, I can't even explain to you out there, if you have not been engrossed in a good book, what that does to your brain and what that does to your vision of the rule. It makes you more patient. It gives you more understanding. It gives you more knowledge. It makes you more interesting. And you have to break away from death scrolling and just get lost in a fiction or a nonfiction book. Yep. And it's so good for you. And it's then by extension good for our community.
I love that.
It increases your vocabulary. It makes you a better storyteller, in my opinion. Yep. Do we still have time?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. This has to do with education again. Could expanded pre-K help decrease wealth gaps?
Yes. So there's always studies out there, but this study is pretty compelling. So if you look at the study, those parents that were randomly chosen that actually had pre-K services provided versus that did not, they saw an increase of income, about $5,500 from $34,000 to about $40,000. And then also they were 14% of them stayed in the same industry they were, where 21% of them had to change different industries. So this is something that America and Wisconsin could afford. Once again, it comes back to demographics. We have less and less kids. It is a tight spot in your life to be a working mother or a working father when you have those kids at that age. And I think it's been accepted that's good for the kids, but it's also good for the parents. If it's good for the parents and it's good for the kids, it's good for the family. And for many different reasons, we need pro-family policies. We need for our economy, for our national security, for just our general welfare as a community. And so I think this study should lead to additional investment in 4K and other early childhood investment in Wisconsin.
Dale Koinga is the president and CEO of the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce. We always appreciate your perspective. And today, for bringing the Sazzes, you get a gold star.
And you got to eat it before it gets cold.
Oh, we've been munching on it. We're going to take care of that.
Excellent.
Dale, it's always good to see you. Thank you so much. Well. The Milwaukee Economy Briefing is sponsored by Horicon Bank, the natural choice. Visit horiconbank.com.
So, Alex, why don't you tell us about Lion's Tail?
We've been brewing for 10 years, and now we're busy expanding into Milwaukee, trying to get on every shelf of every store and on tap at every restaurant.
How has Horicon Bank been a part of your story?
Horicon Bank understands the needs of small businesses versus working with a big bank. Horicon, they're much like a small business, just like we are. I know most of the people on that team. It's nice working with someone that understands your business.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Weatherman Rob Haswell is leaving the Real Milwaukee program on Fox 6. Haswell has co-hosted the program since it premiered in 2010. The Triple Tap Room and Kitchen on Milwaukee's east side has closed. The space near the Oriental Theater featured Three Sheeps, Door County Brewing, and Hacienda Beer Company. A mixed-use development could be coming to an industrial site on the northern edge of Milwaukee's Bayview neighborhood. New Land Enterprises is planning 500 apartments and commercial space for the site. I'm Kayla Wynn with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. The roll screen, the ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born and has introduced the world to innovative, game-changing designs ever since. Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. Our incredible craftsmen have always been driven by the principles of traditional American values and the desire to enrich the homes and lives of others. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, we make it easy for you to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home. Pella always designs with innovation and rigorously tests each product for quality and performance. Our team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. And if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Dave Drake Camp Heating, they are the real deal. Whether you need a new system, need maintenance on your system, maybe you need a repair. If that air conditioner's not running like you want it to have been running so far, make sure you get on their schedule, you get it taken care of. There's still a lot of summer left. They're efficient. They'll come out. They'll diagnose the problem. They're not going to try to sell you something. They're going to try to fix what you have. And if that doesn't work out, they will give you a truthful assessment from their kind and professional team. Maintenance is crucial to keeping the efficiency of your system top-notch. Dave Drake Camp has been doing that for us for more than a dozen years. They'll come out. They'll take care of you. They'll look at your system. We've welcomed them into our home for so long. The guy whose sticker is on the furnace is the same guy who's still coming to our house. Give Dave Drake Camp a call. ASAP. You don't want to wait. Get it taken care of now. Visit DaveDrakeCamp.com. Just Google it. It's easy. DaveDrakeCamp.com.
4 years ago, I opened a doggy dream space unlike anything in Wisconsin. A place that offers it all: daycare, boarding, grooming, and a one-of-a-kind indoor-outdoor dog park and tavern. A hangout as fun for humans as it is for hounds. I'm Leah, proud owner of the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. Our love, passion, and commitment to dogs and the community are at the core of everything we do. From our incredible staff to top-tier services, we've built something truly special at the Hounds and Tap. Come see for yourself. Visit the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls today.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Family owned, family operated, family priced. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Traffic is brought to you by the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club near Holy Hill.
The successful Fox and Hounds is hiring experienced line cooks. Make real money. Inquire today. Start next week. Just Google it. Fox and Hounds Restaurant. Make real money.
The Wisconsin State Fair is here. Catch WTMJ broadcasting live throughout the run of the fair at the Bank 59 Studios. Come by, say hi, and enjoy the fair with us. We are Wisconsin's radio station, live at the Wisconsin State Fair. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
I'm John Mercure. Your top story: soldiers hospitalized after an Army base shooting.
I'm Julia Fellow. Prison time for helping kill a prison guard.
I'm Sean Brinda in for Debbie Lasco. We got a couple of backups across the Milwaukee area. If you're heading on 94 eastbound, be aware that backups begin at the Zoo interchange. You go past the State Fair Park through the Stadium interchange and clear up once you pass South 35th Street. If you're heading on 43 southbound and 94 southbound, be aware that backups pretty much begin starting at Locust Street. They go through the Marquette interchange, and then they clear up once you pass the Kinnickinnick River. If you're heading on 94 westbound, be aware that backups begin once you enter South 16th Street through the Stadium interchange, and it clears up again once you pass Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Sean Brinda, here for Debbie Lasco with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The air quality alert's been extended until 11 o'clock for southeast Wisconsin. Low of 68 tonight. Warm and humid tomorrow, a high of 85. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, several soldiers wounded when an active duty sergeant opened fire on his co-workers at Fort Stewart in Georgia. CBS News correspondent Matt Piper.
Officials say the shooter, identified as 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford used his personal weapon and was taken into custody after shooting 5 colleagues.
Thankfully, all are in stable condition and all are expected to recover.
Brigadier General John Lubis.
Sergeant Radford has been interviewed by the Army Criminal Investigation Division and is currently in pretrial confinement awaiting a charging decision by the Office of the Special Trial Counsel.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
A Wisconsin state representative joins a complaint against Canada over impacts of recent wildfire smoke in the Midwest.
Calvin Callahan of Tomahawk joins lawmakers from Iowa, Minnesota, and North Dakota seeking an investigation into Canada's wildfire. Calvin Callahan of Tomahawk joins lawmakers from Iowa, Minnesota, and North Dakota seeking an investigation into Canada's wildfire management practices. While not listed in the complaint, Wisconsin U.S. Representative Tom Tiffany tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News his constituents have reported impacts to their quality of life.
There were a number of events that were canceled, and people with especially respiratory problems, this has really been difficult for them.
The recent smoke has led to several Wisconsin cities receiving some of the worst air quality in the world. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The Elmbrook School District is considering changing its school start and end times.
For decades, middle schools in the district have started at 7:18 a.m. Research suggests that's too early.
Adolescents need more sleep.
Scott Wheeler is the district's board president.
Our schedule doesn't really match the research. Sleep deprivation can cause stress, reduced ability to solve problems, memory, focus problems, mood, energy.
The district created a 60-person task force with teachers, students, and parents weighing in on the benefits and challenges.
The biggest challenge is transportation logistics.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Coming up, fighting off a bear in your kitchen.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 5:04.
Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots? Whether you've hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or watch the pounds creep back after stopping, there's a better way. The Milwaukee Weight Loss Program has helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Our doctor-developed program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast. Ready for real lasting results? Our caring team at Milwaukee Weight Loss is ready to help you achieve your weight loss goals. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. I dropped 40 pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. No crazy workouts, no meal kits or shakes, and definitely no meds or injections. They helped reset my metabolism, and the weight's actually stayed off. It's been a game changer for me. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Schedule your free consultation today by calling 262-393-2334. or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ANSAY.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
WTMJ News Time, 5:07.
A New Mexico man heard noises in his home and was shocked with what he found inside. ABC's Alex Stone.
Bear came in, I killed him.
Heard on law enforcement body-worn camera, the man living near Hermit Peak, New Mexico, northeast of Albuquerque, said he was asleep in his home and heard noises at around 11 at night. He grabbed his rifle and found a black bear in his home going through his stuff. The bear ripped apart his kitchen.
Tore the door off my cabinet.
He shot the bear. The Game and Fish Department says a man had every right to defend himself.
We are not going to charge anybody in those situations.
The man was uninjured. The bear is dead. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Brewers go for another sweep. Braves tonight. They've won 44 of their last 60. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:40 on WTMJ. And Packers linebacker Quay Walker practices for the first time after off-season ankle surgery.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 5:08.
delivered here to the studio. It is fantastic. It's Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill. They're fueling us, keeping us going throughout the Wisconsin State Fair. Trust us, it is great food. Located right in the heart of the grounds at Grandstand Ave and 2nd Street. They have chicken bites. They've got spud muffins, French onion cheese curds, live music daily, Miller Lite toast. Your shot to win Brewers tickets every single day. It's Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill.
Wow, a bomb by Yelich. Join the crew for an electric matchup when the Brewers host the Mets August 8th through the 10th. The weekend starts with a celebration at Cerveceros Night on Friday the 8th, featuring makers markets, music, and more. Then don't miss an all-new Christian Yelich bobblehead giveaway on Saturday the 9th, courtesy of American Family Insurance. Close out the series with Sunday matinee baseball and a limited edition Jacob Mizorowski t-shirt giveaway. Grab your tickets at Brewers.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Now broadcasting live inside the Bank 5-9 studios at the Wisconsin State Fair. Here are your hosts, John Mercure and Julia Fellow.
Julia, what a beautiful day at the Wisconsin State Fair.
People watching all day, John.
Oh, it's
so
fantastic. Nice. It is so nice here at the Wisconsin State Fair. A new survey out on the best states to retire in. They looked at different things like affordability, weather, safety, healthcare, taxes, arts and entertainment. The list is out. They say these are the best states to retire in. Number 1, they say, is New Hampshire. What? Number 2 is Maine. What?
What's going on?
Number 3 is Wyoming. Number 4 is Vermont. Number 5 is Idaho. This must be a joke. This is it's crazy. Let's go outside here at the State Fair. Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Ken. I'm from Greenfield, Wisconsin.
Ken from Greenfield.
Yes.
If you could retire anywhere in America, are you retired or are you still working?
No, I'm still working.
Okay. Where would be the dream retirement state?
Probably Tennessee, but we
Why?
have 4 grandchildren that wouldn't allow us to do that, so we will be staying in Wisconsin.
All right. What about the pretty lady next to you?
She's with me.
Well, I know, but she probably doesn't want to go to Tennessee if you are.
I would like to go to Tennessee, though.
Even if he's going?
Even if he's going. I'm already retired, but I'm taking care of the grandkids.
So what do we like about Tennessee?
The weather and the country music.
Oh,
the weather's great because you get the seasons.
Yep, you get 4 seasons, not so harsh in the winter.
And the mountains. The parks that are there that we went to a couple months back are absolutely gorgeous.
Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the fair.
Thank you. Take care.
The dream retirement state. All right, Wisconsin Spudmobile guy, step up here. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Matt. I'm from Pewaukee.
Matt, top retirement state. What would be on your dream list?
Well, biased opinion would be Wisconsin. Unbiased opinion, maybe the Carolinas. Let's go with North Carolina.
Yeah, Carolinas.
John likes that.
I do. South Carolina is my favorite place in the whole world besides Wisconsin.
There you go.
Hey, thank you very much. Nice T-shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Wisconsin potatoes.
Yeah. All right, come on up here, young ladies. What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Maddie, and this is Kieran. We're from Hartford.
Hartford? That's nice. Do you ever go to the mine shaft?
I don't.
Oh, she does?
We've been. I've been before.
Okay. If you retire someday, what would be at the top of the list? What state sounds really good to you?
I would go to Arizona.
Arizona?
Yep. I'm staying here, and we're going to be in Door County.
Oh,
Door County's Julia's favorite place.
My dream would be to live half of the year in Door County and half of the year probably in Florida.
Why Arizona? What is it about Arizona?
It's a dry heat, so it's not like super humid. It's only a couple hours away from the ocean in California.
Arizona's pretty nice, isn't
Very
it?
nice. How old are we?
I'm 21. I'm 20.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. Ladies, thank you so much. Have a great night at the fair.
You guys have another 50 years till you can retire.
Thank you.
Oh, so much life ahead, John.
Where would your retirement spots be? Recap it again. You said Door County.
And Florida, probably.
Split, right? Like kind of snowbird action?
My husband does not like Florida.
I don't either, Julia.
Why?
I don't. A lot of weirdos there. You and I do the news for a living. All the weird stories are from Florida.
So
it's
good.
very crowded.
That's true. Yes, and our friend Mike Lammy, he just left Florida. He lived in Grafton, and he was our coworker.
And why did he leave Florida?
Because all the money keeps going up.
Yeah,
like the cost of everything.
I mean, the weather's nice. I'm not really. I don't like Florida very much.
My husband does want to move to Texas.
Oh,
He likes Texas.
Okay.
Well, one of your daughters lives there.
And
Do
she
you
loves
understand?
Texas. She will never leave Texas. She absolutely loves it. All right. Thanks for playing, everybody. We sure do appreciate it. We're going to do this the next couple of days. We're going to go outside and see what people at the State Fair think about all these different topics.
Would you live half the year here and half the year in South Carolina, or what would you do?
I don't know. Undecided. Maybe. I do love Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin.
Or half with one of your daughters and half in South Carolina.
See, the problem is that we have 2 kids and they don't live here. So.
That's tough.
But I love the state. So I could definitely see keeping a place here. For sure. It is 5:14 at WTMJ. One of our favorite segments of the week is Major Garrett, CBS Chief Washington Correspondent. He is with us up next on WTMJ. It's the best 11 days of the summer. The Wisconsin State Fair is back.
All of the best food concoctions, the entertainment that gets you moving.
And of course, WTMJ broadcasting live from the Wisconsin State Fair.
Come see your favorite WTMJ hosts and shows live from the Bank 5-9 studios just north of the Expo Center.
Live from the Wisconsin State Fair, we are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station, WTMJ. Town Bank has the best customer service, the best banking solutions. It is Town Bank. If you're not banking with Town Bank, you just might be missing out. I know there's a lot of good banks. I used to be at a different bank in town, switched to Town Bank about 12 years ago. I've never looked back. Here's the deal. I was at this other bank. I had young kids, and we started getting charged for their savings account. My kids had like $1,000 in their savings account. And the bank kept saying, that shouldn't be the case. You're right. They're little Junior Savers Club accounts. And guess what? It kept happening and happening and happening. Finally, I said, I'm out of here. At Town Bank, I never have to worry about that. They've got a great program for little savers, a great program that helps keep your kids about money. They've got the best CD rates. It's online customer service. It's in-the-bank customer service. My team at Town Bank in Menomonee Falls is incredible, and there's a team like that at every single Town Bank and online. That CD, 4.2 annual percentage yield on the 7-month CD. It is Town Bank, Wisconsin's bank, my bank, member FDIC. It's Town Bank.
It's summer now, but you know what's coming down the pike? Yup, cold weather and high heating bills. Gene Miller here, and now is a great time to order new windows from my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. With national brands like Anderson, Pella, Marvin, and Softlight, Hometown can offer replacement windows that fit every home, style, and budget. Whether you're looking for wood, Fibrex, fiberglass, or vinyl, Hometown has a product for you. August is Marvin month. Call or stop in to win a Yeti cooler. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. Visit hometownwindows.com today.
Traffic is sponsored by Richlands Tire and Service Center.
Richlands Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlands.com when you're due for service.
Traffic and weather, Sean Brinda. How's that ride rolling?
It's starting to get a little bit better. That crash at 894 is finally gone. So backups are now starting at West Lincoln Avenue. They still go through the Hale interchange, and they clear up once you pass South 76th Street. Same instance happening over at the interchange at the zoo, starting on 94 eastbound. We still have those backups starting from the zoo interchange, going past the State Fair Park through the stadium interchange. They start to clear up once you've passed south of 35th Street. If you're heading south on 43 and 94 southbound, be aware that backups really start at East Center Street, and they go all the way down and clear up once you pass the Kinnickinnick River. I'm Sean Brinda, in for Debbie Lasco with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, a few clouds, a low of 68 degrees. Tomorrow, warm and humid 85. Friday, hot and humid 87. Saturday, hotter. Sunny, a high of 90. And on Sunday, a high of 88 degrees.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News Podcast is sponsored by Dave Drake Heating. Your comfort is their family's tradition. Visit DaveDrakeCamp.com.
Major Garrett is CBS's chief Washington correspondent, and his show is The Takeout. You can see it a lot of places where you stream stuff. I watched it most recently on CBS.com. You can find it all over the place. Major is with us this afternoon. Major, thank you so much. How are you?
Great. What a great walk-up song, Big Country. That is such an awesome song from the 80s.
Yeah.
I love that song.
That is, you're right. That's an absolutely great song. So the segment before this, we were talking about a new survey out that showed the top places to retire. And so we went out here, we're broadcasting live from the State Fair, and had people weigh in on that. Major Garrett's retirement list. What's on the list? What appeals to you and your lovely bride?
Oh, come on. Everyone knows the answer to that. There's one item and one item only.
And you already have the place.
Spot.
I mean, I was born in my retirement location, you know?
So jealous.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't.
And the way I think about it this way is this way. I'm going to live in San Diego, and the two times of my life when I didn't have to worry about traffic or schedules, when I was a child and when I'm a retiree, you know? And that's that's going to give me the best of everything that beautiful community has to offer. And I've already laid the foundation for that. I'm not retiring anytime soon, but I'm laying the foundation.
You better not. I watch you on Paramount Plus every day.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Please.
That cannot happen. Yeah. Let's make a deal. If he retires, we retire.
I mean, I have friends who have retired to South Carolina. Yeah, I've had friends retire to the places you mentioned, Texas, Florida, South Carolina, to each his own. But for me, it's a very, very simple proposition.
Yeah, I'm a South Carolina guy, I think, but I'll always have a presence here in Wisconsin because it's such a special state. Let's talk about the State Fair. So we're broadcasting from the fair, and I asked you earlier today if you have experience at the fair. And I know as a young reporter, you did time in Texas in different markets. And talk about the fair.
So I never covered the Texas State Fair, although I worked in Texas in two different cities, Amarillo and Houston. But in Houston, for the 2 years that I lived in Houston, I was the main reporter at the Houston Post for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which was very close to a state fair, a massive, massive complex of agriculture, livestock, rides and concerts, and all that. So I had that experience. And then as a political reporter, of course, I've gone to the Iowa State Fair several times. I've gone to other state fairs where politicos are roaming around, meeting people, trying to get their names out there or reinforcing the names that already exist. In California, there are county fairs. There's a San Diego County Fair up in Del Mar. I went to that a couple of times. They're not as big a thing in California as they are in the Midwest. In the Midwest and Texas, for sure, they're so important that you make movies about them. State Fair, great movie, great musical.
Yep.
But most of my experience in state fairs has been chasing around politicos who were there.
Let's talk about retail politics and how it applies to the fair, Major, because I'm fascinated by this. We are going to have an open seat for the governor's race here for the first time in decades, and we have had every candidate that's announced for governor here in the studio with us, and it's incredible. And it's incredible to watch the people gather and to see them mingle with the people. Can you talk about the value of retail politics, and has it changed? Because of money and other things, is it not as important that people gather at your event in Houston or our state fair here in Milwaukee?
I think it's as important as ever, and here's why. The coin of the realm, and this is an overused phrase, but it's still true, the coin of the realm in American politics, especially in an anti-establishment mentality, an anti-Washington or anti-slick politician mentality, which pervades everything in our society right now, is authenticity. And that manifests itself across ideological lines. So authenticity in New York City is Zohran Mamdani, okay, because he's young. He's going into Trump areas that voted heavily for Trump in the boroughs of New York to find out why. And he pitches them a socialist message, and he wins the New York Democratic primary, pulling some people who just voted for Trump in November for Zohran Mamdani. Why? Because he was, quote-unquote, authentic. Certainly Trump has an authenticity all his own. You can radiate that in person or you can radiate that on social media. But one of the things about radiating on social media that enhances that is if you are doing something that is face-to-face, that is interactive, and other people say the same thing, meaning people you've just interacted with. Go on their social media platforms and say, hey, I just saw so-and-so. so-and-so really struck me as someone I could approach or I thought was interesting. And that really is one of the ways you establish yourself as a comer in politics right now. If you're already established, you have to try to find ways to reestablish yourself. But if you're coming up, face-to-face retail politics is really vital, as much as it ever has been before, and state fairs are a great place to either exercise those muscles that you already have or develop them in the first place.
Oh, couldn't agree with you more. John and I just saw that this past week.
It's been remarkable, actually, to watch it here. And the media also knows when you're at the state fair. So they come on our show, but then we look outside the studio here, and all the local TV affiliates grab the candidate that we've had in the studio.
Yeah.
So it's also for the candidate, you can just do it all.
Right. It's a whole moth to flame scenario. Reporters go there because they can watch, see how you're doing, what's your gift of gab, either at the podium or interacting face-to-face. Then, guess what? The politician leaves, and you get to talk to the people who were just listening and say, what'd you think? And that's part of the process reporters try to go through, not just what we think, oh, that sounded pretty good, or I like that line, or this thing, I've heard that before, that was a little bit better, that was tighter than the last time I heard it. No. Go talk to voters who are hearing it for the first time, drawing their own organic impressions from it. And through that organic impressionism, you get a sense if anyone has any real momentum or viability.
Major Garrett is CBS's chief Washington correspondent. I've got a great idea for you. If you've got an August vacation planned, take along, download Agent of Betrayal, The Double Life of Robert Hansen. I loved this and I devoured it. You will too. Check it out as you take that plane trip or relax on a beach somewhere. He may retire eventually to San Diego. He's kind of on the fence about it.
He better not.
He is Major Garrett. Major, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk next week.
It is 5:24. At WTMJ, we're brought to you by Sweet Talks Med Spa, where your goals are their goals.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Serving Milwaukee since 1945, they are the real deal. They've got beautiful stores. They've got all the product, and they've got it at the best prices. It's Otto's Wine and Spirits, employee-owned, super-friendly staff. Bruce, the wine guy at my location, just helped me pick out, I'm entertaining, a case of Sauvignon Blanc. I couldn't believe how affordable it was, and it's fantastic. They've got an exclusive wine club. They're open great hours, located in Menomonee Falls, Elm Grove, Brown Deer, Cedarburg. They are hyper-local. Best prices, best selection. It's Otto's Wine and Spirits.
Bank 5-9 has a mission to make lives better. They make it a priority to give back to their customers, communities, and their employees. In fact, Bank 5-9 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 16 years in a row. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. Equal Opportunity Employer, member FDIC.
Now that you're ready to purchase a new bike, do yourself a solid by stopping by one of our Wheel and Sprocket stores to test ride an electric bike, better known today as an e-bike. And let me tell you, these bikes are a game changer because you can ride a whole lot further without even breaking a sweat. We're talking 20 to 50 miles on a single charge. So even riding uphill comes with tons of thrills. But before you decide, stop by any of our Wheel and Sprocket locations first and let us explain in detail what e-bikes are all about. And once you're here, you'll find rows and rows of bikes in a bunch of different styles and colors for you to see, touch, feel, and even test ride. After all, here at Wheel and Sprocket, we love bikes, which is why bikes are all we do.
Visit wheelandsprocket.com for a location near you.
I'm Amelia Kegel with Wheel and Sprocket. Life is short. Enjoy your ride.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You've heard about Tri-County Contracting and their worry-free roof tune-up. You've heard about their instant roof quote. But don't forget, Tri-County Contracting also handles windows. Our project at my home moving right along right now, and the process has been so easy and thorough. It's nice when you can trust the team you're working with and know that they are looking out for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and also windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, our weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. It's sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today is Jeff Salazinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, we've talked about buying insurance on price alone, the risk that comes with that. Let's talk more specifics for folks listening. Some of the examples that you shared before we were on the air here were very interesting.
Thank you, Vince. Great to be here again. I've handled or overseen tens of thousands of insurance claims in the many years I've been in this business. Here are some of the most frequent mistakes I've seen. Claims involving water damage. There are some of the most complex claims to investigate and handle, but many buyers are not aware you can purchase coverage for flood or backup of sewers and drains. Electing not to buy certain coverages or even enough coverage is a frequent mistake, often done to try and save money. Cyber insurance. Many businesses still do not purchase this coverage. Business income and extra expense. My experience has shown many insurance buyers and their agents underestimate how much coverage their client will need. Vince, I've said it before, low prices are great, but I can tell you that nothing stings like finding out you are uninsured or not adequately insured until after a loss.
So from all that, Jeff, what's the primary takeaway for folks listening right now?
It's important to work with a partner that understands insurance coverage in depth and can market your business to ensure you're getting a competitive price as well. You can have both.
So why should a business or a family work with R&R Insurance?
At R&R, we understand insurance coverage and dynamic market conditions. We understand how to present your account to an underwriter in the most favorable light, and R&R has been helping clients for almost 50 years. If you're looking for a better insurance purchasing experience, we'd love to sit down and speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: all soldiers expected to recover after an Army base shooting.
I'm Julia Fellow. Federal hate crime charges for the Jewish Museum shooting.
I'm Sean Brunda in for Debbie Lasko. We got a crash on 94 westbound at I-43, 94 north. The right lane is blocked due to a crash. So we have backups starting from the Marquette interchange, going all the way through the Stadium interchange, and only clearing up once you pass Mitchell Boulevard. On 94 eastbound, backups are beginning at the Zoo interchange, going through the Stadium interchange, and only clearing up once you pass south of 35th Street. If you're heading northbound, be aware that backups do begin on 43 north, starting at the Marquette interchange, and they only clear up once you pass West Burleigh Street. I'm Sean Brunda, in for Debbie Lasko with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Air quality alert has been extended until 11 o'clock tonight for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Tonight, humid, a low of 68. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm and humid, a chance of evening thunderstorms, a high of 85. Right now, here at the State Fair, it's 81 degrees.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, President Trump says the entire nation is praying for the soldiers who were wounded this morning during a shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia.
And the Army Criminal Investigation Division is on site to ensure that the perpetrator of this atrocity, which is exactly what it is, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Officials say 5 soldiers were wounded when an active duty sergeant opened fire on co-workers. The suspected gunman, 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford's in custody. The soldiers are all in stable condition and expected to recover.
The president is signaling an end to Russia's war against Ukraine. CBS' Linda Kenyon has the very latest.
The president says he may soon have a face-to-face with Russian President Putin.
There's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
Speaking in the Oval Office after meetings between Putin and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, the president did not say when exactly he might meet with Putin himself. But Trump did suggest he's eager to do what it takes to end the war.
It's a terrible situation. We want to get it stopped.
When asked about a summit between Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky, the president said, quote, "There's a very good prospect that they will meet." Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
The man accused of shooting 2 Israeli embassy staff members outside a Jewish museum in Washington was indicted today on federal hate crime charges. CBS News reporter Michael Toscano.
The unsealed indictment against Elias Rodriguez includes 9 counts, including hate crime resulting in death. That could lead to the Justice Department potentially seeking the death penalty. Rodriguez is accused of killing Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram in May, reportedly shouting "Free Palestine" during his arrest. Prosecutors say Rodriguez planned the attack, flying in from Chicago with a handgun. He allegedly confessed inside the Capitol Jewish Museum afterward. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
Stanford University says they're laying off thousands of employees. ABC's Alex Stone reports.
Days after UCLA said some medical research would be stopped because of the Trump administration pulling grants, now Stanford University says due to federal policy changes, it will cost Stanford $140 million. It will lay off over 300 employees. The layoffs take effect on September 30th. The federal government is slashing money for research grants and higher education funding and is increasing taxes on university endowments. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Federal cuts to school lunch programs are leaving an uncertain future for Dairy State farmers. The local Foods for Schools program has been terminated. Director of Farm Fresh Atlas, Eddie Ferber, tells WTMJ's Point Taken it was largely considered a huge success.
Kids could get in the cafeteria and could be eating the produce that their family farm is growing by keeping that money circulating in the community and supporting a lot of the schools. So the kids like it because the food is better quality, and the farmers love it because they actually even got a premium price for the local produce.
400 Wisconsin farms were involved in the program. There's now a push for state funding to replace it.
As the race for governor heats up, what's next for the current governor?
Governor Tony Evers says his decision not to run for a third term comes down to one thing: family.
I just felt that, another 2 years in this term and 6 in another, that would be excessive. It's going to be fun watching this play out, but it was just time, and I've got 9 grandkids.
Evers says he still has a lot of work to do while in office.
And one of them is actually creating a nonpartisan group for making sure that our elections are fine.
The governor says he doesn't plan to endorse anyone in the Democratic primary, at least not yet. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Thousands of young Wisconsin farmers are showcasing their hard work this week in West Allis.
The Wisconsin State Fair serves as a culmination of months of work for young dairy farmers all across the state. According to host of the Midwest Farm Report, Pam Yonke, that preparation began back in November.
Those kids are into that project every day.
Yonke says the ag industry has seen its share of changes over the decades, but one constant is the significance of the next generation.
We've got a lot of young farmers, and they're sharing their stories on social media to try to help people understand that passion still burns.
At the Wisconsin State Fair, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
You can hear the full conversation with the fabulous Farm Babe on Reporter's Notebook Sunday at 10 on WTMJ.
Livestock competitions in full swing at the State Fair. Michelle Waltenberg from Portage County tells WTMJ what it takes for young competitors to prepare for poultry and waterfowl judging.
The kids are working at their birds. They've worked on these birds all year long. They're conditioning them. They're feeding them the right feeds. They're breeding towards the standard of perfection, which is a book that's out there to tell them how their birds should look and how they should show. And so there's a lot of things that go into place with this for the kids.
Waltenberg warns to check your local ordinances before raising birds and waterfowl.
Sports up next on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 5:36.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Let's do sports here really quick. It's the Gruber Law Office's WTMJ Sports Update. It's game week for the Packers. The first preseason game, 7 o'clock kick from Lambeau against the Jets. this weekend. And the first-place Brewers aim for a series sweep and road trip sweep tonight in Atlanta against the Braves. They're 4 games ahead of the Cubs and stay in first place in the NL Central. Brewers baseball is coming up your way in just a couple of minutes here on WTMJ. Couple words for Loyal Family Renovations before we step aside here for Brewers baseball. Damage to your home's exterior often leads to headaches with insurance adjusters. Loyal Family Renovations can work with your insurance company to resolve everything and get the most value for you. They've built great relationships with insurance companies for over